Hello, 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 my lovelies. This is Talk Radio, TAWK Radio, with your hostess Cypher Kai, here on the ones and twos this evening. It is all about the Freaky Fridays. It's normally Freaky Fridays, but tonight I've decided to do something different. Tonight we're going to have a very, very, very grown-up conversation. The topic of the evening is inside the mind, outside the time. Let me let you guys know, maybe because this is one of the things that I think, the things I'm feeling. This entire show, an extension of my Pistivity Corner. It will. There's some things that happened over the course of the week, over the past couple of weeks, couple of months during this pandemic that I want to talk about. There's a lot of things you guys sent me, you want my feedback on, a lot of articles, a lot of happenings, and I'm going to talk about it. We're going to have a very different kind of conversation tonight. And, you know, I'm not ashamed to say, you guys have heard me talk about it on the platform before, that I am a firm believer in God. And irregardless to those of my detractors who think I speak too slack, I can't possibly know God, I can't this and this and this, that's your business. Everybody's walk with him is different. Tonight is going to be an unapologetic, unafraid, very open conversation about a lot of things. We're going to talk tonight about politics, headlines, the violence that's brewing in our country in the US, spirituality, mental health, financial things. We're going to have a very deep, grown-ass conversation tonight because I feel like, obviously, it needs to be had. And there's a special birthday shout-out I'm going to give tonight, special birthday things. We're going to have some fun. I've pulled some old-school reggae, and I know that somebody doesn't want this message to come out tonight because I was trying to pull some music, two specific songs I want to play this evening that for some reason, all of a sudden, my equipment started to go haywire. I couldn't get them downloaded, all kinds of things, but I'm going to find a way to work behind the scenes to get that done because there is a word I need to give to you guys tonight, a word I need to give to you guys tonight. And this is all about what the platform is about. This entire platform was created to have conversations that people need to have that they're not having. And so I'm not preaching to anyone. I'm just allowing you guys to see a glimpse inside of my mind, inside of my heart, inside the way I think. I might lose some fans tonight. That's absolutely fine. I'm so okay with everything that's going to happen this evening. I'm so accepting of whatever's going to happen from tonight going forward. Yeah? So we're going to be grown tonight. We're going to have grown-ass conversations about grown-ass things. And don't think because we're speaking about spirituality and those things, there won't be some profanity. Some things are rubbing me all the way the wrong way. I am vexed with a B, vexed, beyond vexed. And I want to talk about some things tonight. Some things need to change. Some things need to shift. Things that are within our reach and realm to do. We should start doing it. Start to do it. Yeah? And a lot of these things are not new ideas that I have. I just feel like I need to repeat them. I feel like I need to expand them. Yeah. If you go back into the archives, a lot of the things I'm going to talk about tonight, I've spoken about on the platform before, because again, I am unafraid, unapologetic for how I think, how I feel. Yeah. This is not one of those things that when and if the show blows up even further, you guys take snippets out of my 2-hour episode and go, oh, you said this, you said that. Yeah, I fucking said it. Yeah, I fucking said it. And at the time, whatever it was, I felt that way in that moment. It might change. Who knows? I'm not running for politics, yeah, or politricks or anything else. So what I say, I said what I said. I said what I said. That's it. Challenge me. Let's start some arguments. It's okay. I'm open for it. My skin is thick tonight, but tonight is different. It's different. We need to have some conversations about some things, and I want my talkers to be ahead of everything that's going on. I want you guys to share this link around. I'm giving you the opportunity right now to share this link around. If you've not done it, share the link around. This is not one of the nights where you have to be, oh my God, she might say something about sucking something, licking something. This is not one of those shows. This word needs to go out. I'm giving you guys a call to action to share this link around. Share the link around. Share the link around. Those who are supposed to hear it will hear it. You're divinely connected to this platform for a reason. I accept the challenge. I accept the challenge. I want to see if I can find those two songs though, because I really, really, really wanted to start off the show with one of them. Let me see if I can find it and get it done. Let's see. Oh, woo, look at the Lord. Look at the Lord. I tell you, look at the Lord. You guys need this word tonight. I'm telling you, you need this word tonight. Let me see if I can get this in here without screwing this up. If you guys have access to me privately, and any of my VIPs that might be listening, please text me and let me know how everything is sounding. I want to make sure, absolutely sure, that everything is sparkling clear when we have this conversation tonight. Sparkling clear when we're having this conversation tonight, because it needs to be had. It needs to be had. Right then. All right. So like I said, if you are looking for the debauchery that normally happens on Freaky Fridays, tonight is not the night for that, but you're in luck. I've not changed yet. God hasn't spoken to my spirit to stop the path I'm on yet. So if you want to go back into our archives, you can go into iHeartRadio.com in the podcast section. Look for Talk Radio, TAWK Radio. Look for the logo with the blue lips. You can hear at least 50 something episodes of debauchery in there. Also go on to Spotify if you've got Spotify on your phone. Deezer, Podcast Addict, a couple other things. Google Talk Radio, TAWK Radio. Look for the logo with the blue lips. I find there's a lot of people trying to emulate us. A lot of people got the talk in their name for stuff. We are the originals, you know. Look for us, Blue Lips. You'll find us. Click on the podcast, you'll hear my voice. So if you're looking for the fuckery tonight, not on this particular episode, but go back into the archives and listen. Also, I want you guys to start taking notes. I want you to take notes tonight, but I also want you to go back into the archives, download all of them, buy a special flash drive if you need to download episodes of Talk Radio. They will not always be there. I'm sure I'm going to start some shit tonight that's going to put a target on my back. I don't give a shit, because like I said, I am willing to take whatever comes from this conversation tonight. Absolutely. And if the talker base gets a little smaller, that's fine. If it grows a little more, even better, whatever. Right? Ready for all the shits tonight. Up for the shits tonight. Yes? All right. So, let me check a few things. Live radio, unscripted, uncensored, and unapologetic. Yes. Oh, Lord. Yeah, sorry. I got people texting me behind the scenes and pissing me off. Oh, selfish. Surrounded by selfish people. Live radio, you guys, don't worry. I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to start the show off with some blessings. Put some blessings on the platform real quick. Oh. Right then. Thank you, Ven, for telling me that. I think I heard that too. I think it came in. I shifted something and yeah, I did hear the static for like a hot second. I hope it's gone now. I do hope it's gone now. Hey, birthday guy. Hello, Mr. Birthday Guy. You guys, it is Ven's birthday in the public chat room. He's always here with us every week, hanging out, having a good time. I'm so impressed that you decided to spend some time with us here on the platform tonight, Mr. Ven. I do have a special shout out and a special song dedication for you this evening after I get all the Beck station off of me. I don't want any of that yuck to sit on you for your birthday. I do not. I do not. But I want to, did I pull the right song? Let me make sure I pull the right song. Right then. All right. So let's put some blessings on the platform this evening before I start. Because I'm going to start. I've got so much things to talk about. I want to get my composure. I'd like to get a few things in front of my face that I can read and look at as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to respond back to this very vexing text message that somebody chose to send to me right before I'm broadcasting, and they know better. So I'm going to flip out on them behind the scenes a little bit. But I'm going to put some blessings on the platform right now. Again, this is the Freaky Friday show, but if you're looking for the debauchery tonight, it's not here tonight. It's going to be a great conversation. Glad to have you guys here, but if it's not your cup of tea, go away. Right, just go away. Find something else to do with yourself. Find something to do with your time. But we're going to start off here. This is Tasha Cobb featuring Kiara Shared, By Your Spirit, here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Tempo, you are the voice. We are your song. You are our God. We are your people. You are the light. We stand in awe. We stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Not by might, not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, God. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, you call us out of the darkness, into your love, into your light. Grace upon grace, beauty for ashes. You come to us, we come alive. We stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, God. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. We need your spirit, God. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, come and breathe on us. Spirit, breathe. Come and breathe on us. Oh, breathe. Come and breathe on us. Spirit, breathe. We need you to breathe on us. Oh, breathe on us. Spirit, we stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Oh, yes, we do. We stand in awe of you. Stand in awe. We stand in awe of you. Not by might, not by power, by your spirit, God. Send your spirit, God. God.
Hello, 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 you guys. Now, I know I'm on the right track. I know now that I'm on the right track because everything that I'm using, all of my equipment's going haywire. I know that I'm on the right track. I know this message needs to go out. And come heaven and low water is going out. Come heaven and low water is going out. My lights are blinking where I am. The sound is going in and out. I can't hear anything in my headphones when the music is playing. And look it. I know when I'm on the right track. I know when God has something for me to do, and I know when the enemy's trying to fight me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. Unafraid, unapologetic. We are doing this tonight on this Freaky Fridays. Is inside the mind of Cypher Kai, and damn it, we're going to talk about some things tonight. We're going to talk about some things tonight. And this is why I need to start the show. I've put in some blessings on the platform. I need you guys to get angry. I need you guys to get aware. I need you to get your papers and pens. Get a glass of wine. Is that what you do? I need you to get your weed if that's what you do. Get your roots tonic if that's what you do. I need you to look at. We are going to protest musically tonight. We're going to sing praises to the Lord tonight through this platform. Listen. We got work to do. I accept. You hear me? I got call to actions to give out tonight. I accept. So, still trying to get my composure. There's so many things I want to talk about. I'm trying to figure out which one to start with. Yes. There has been more police shootings. 2 major ones that caught my attention. I'm sure there's been a lot of them, unfortunately, maybe daily, right? COVID numbers are going up. Conversations to have about finances and all of that. I know I also promised you guys to give you an 800 number for some services. I have to Google that behind the scenes. I didn't pull it in front of me right now, but I will do it because I'm going to give it to you because we need to have this conversation. Yes? So, what's happening here? I'm sorry. Text messages. Okay, lovely. Ooh, I got a super VIP tuned in. My sister's tuned in this evening. What? Shout out to Big Sister. Hello, beautiful. All right, look at. So, all right, I feel like, you know what? My energy is not right to start this conversation, so I'm going to put another blessing song on the platform first before I start my first set of Beck Station. Yes, making up words. Beck Station, beyond vexed, Bexed, BEXXED, damn it. Yes, this is talkradio.com's Freaky Fridays with your host, Cypher Kai, doing something different tonight, giving you guys a peek inside the mind of Cypher Kai tonight. And so, I'm going to play a song that I want you guys to raise your vibrations. I might play this song actually more than once before the end of the evening, but I want you guys to raise your vibrations. Look, we're going to have a grown conversation. Yes. And during this pandemic, we've been doing everything except what we need to be doing, right? We've not been inviting God into our situations. And so I'm going to invite you guys to invite God into your situations. I'm going to invite him into this conversation tonight because I want to stay focused. I want to get my thoughts out. Yeah. And so I just really want us to have a place where we can feel like we've got somebody that has our back. Clearly the politicians do not. Yeah. Not all of them. You know, there's some good ones. There's some, not my politicos that listen to the show. Damn it. You guys are awesome. And you know this, right? But there's a lot of people who just don't have your best interest at heart. And I need you guys to start crying out to God. Right? Just stop crying out to God. We're not doing the whole thing of, oh, well, I believe in Buddha. I believe in... Look it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your source is, your source of positive inspiration. This is who I need you to cry out to. I'm giving you guys a call to action. I need you guys to start going into... We'll get to that in a minute. I'm jumping the gun. I'm jumping the gun. All over the place tonight. It's okay. Right? More blessings. This is Molly Music, Conqueror. I want you guys to pay attention to the words of this song. I want you to let it fill your spirit up. Let it fill your spirit up. Yes, fill your spirit up. The words of this song are so powerful. And I want you guys to pay attention to it. I want you to feel it. I want you to live in it, stand in it. It's going to make so much more sense to you as we have these conversations this evening that we need to have, these grown-ass conversations that we need to have. But I want this to fill you guys' spirit. This is TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays with Cypher Kai. Inside the mind of Cypher Kai and her vexation tonight. This is Molly Music Conqueror on Talk Radio.
More than
Mr. Molly Music. Thank you, Mr. Molly Music. Okay, you guys, look it. Oh, shout out to the landlord in Brooklyn who's tuned in. Shout out to my lovely big sister who is tuned in. Shout out to all of the talkers who are tuned in, who've been here since 7:45. Looking forward to whatever's coming out of my mouth again. Shout out also to Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Armed Forces, tuned in from San Antonio, Texas, who said the music is great. Look it. Now, I just wanted to get my spirit right. I want to get my spirit right. I want to get my spirit right. You guys, oh God. If you are looking for, one more time with the disclaimer, and then it's done. If you're looking for the debauchery tonight, if you're looking for all of the suck me things, fuck me things, it's not happening tonight. Tonight we're having a grown-ass conversation about grown-ass things, an extension of my positivity corner. Some things have been vexing me, beyond vexing me. And we're going to talk about these things tonight, yeah? All right, so we're in the midst of what? Day 5,010,000 of this fucking pandemic. Yes, it's going to be profane. When we're talking about sexual things, we will be profane. I am passionate about what's going on. Yeah? Now, we're 4 days away, I think 4 days away from the presidential elections of 2020 in the US. And let me just put a disclaimer out and say this. I mentioned this Wednesday. I'll mention it again. If you do not do your civic duty, it is your free will to decide not to vote. For whatever reason that is. Right, for whatever reason that is. But let me say this to you and put you on notice right now. If you know me personally, if you're a talker, if you're in my circle at all, and you choose to use your free will and not vote in this presidential election of 2020, you have no voice. Your lack of voting has given you political laryngitis. I'm making up terms and phrases. Political laryngitis. You are not able to speak. You've got nothing of substance to say to me for the next 4 years. Say nothing. Step up or shut up. Step up or shut up. Let's start with that. Let's start some arguments with that. I don't give a shit who you vote for. Just make sure that you vote. Don't sit around saying, oh, well, I don't care for this one, that one, whatever. Who gives a shit? If you don't say something, you've got nothing to say. If you don't say something, you've got nothing to say. Political laryngitis for the next 4 years. You're mute. Mute. If you don't vote. I don't care how long the line is. None of it. Now, on the flip side of that, let me give a proper talk radio shout out to all of the people that I saw and the ones I didn't see. I told this story on Wednesday. If you guys go back in the archives, I have no problem telling it again. I'm so happy to share this with you. And I want to do the happy parts, the fill my heart parts before I go off on this tangent I'm about to go off on it like the next hour. So, driving around different neighborhoods in Brooklyn earlier this week, and I'm seeing these long lines outside, and I'm assuming that it was soup kitchens and pantries, which is unfortunate because that's how long these lines get now, because people are suffering. They're suffering. Okay. So I'm going past and I realized, I said, wait a minute. There's nobody who has bags in their hands. I'm seeing black people, white people, Jewish people, Christian people, all kinds of people together on this line. Long line. And I see the little stand and they're standing there waiting to vote. Now, obviously, they're not all going to vote for the same person, but nobody was complaining. Nobody was fidgeting. Nobody was leaving. The elderly were sitting in seats. I don't know who gave them seats. They brought seats, whatever, but they were there waiting to do what they needed to do. And this was so impressive to me, specifically this year, when there has been blatant disregard for the laws, rampant abuses of power, people literally, politicians, clearly non-talkers, putting up fake ballot boxes and mail-in boxes, and then all of a sudden they disappear. We've got postal workers abandoning their jobs, dumping mail, all kinds of things. When you look at these things, you can say, oh, it's not going to count. It's going to get stolen. After Donald Trump came out and said point blank, at one point, he changes his speech like he changes his underwear, right? He goes, I don't care what the results are. I'm not leaving the White House on Inauguration Day. Doesn't really care, shakes loose. That's what he said a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned it on the show. Had the link article and everything. You guys Google it, look it up. Not leaving. He says he's not leaving. So they could have said, I'm not going, but they were out there doing what they needed to do, what they felt compelled to do. Young and old, black and white alike. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. It filled my heart so immensely to see people still in the midst of what could be something fucked up, which you can make excuses for. They were out there doing it. They were out there doing it. And so if you've not done it and you've only heard other people tell you, oh, the lines are long, whatever, so fucking what? So what? Let me go on notice and say this. You are the same people complaining about, oh, the line's too long, I got something else to do. What are the same people that were lining up outside for the new iPhones when they came out during a fucking pandemic, as though people had $1,200 to throw around? Same people standing on the lines outside of the hair salons when they first opened back up, outside of the nail salons when they first opened back up, who left going to the supermarket and started going on these long ass lines for the fast food restaurants. But you can't wait to do your civic duty to make sure that hopefully it makes a difference in who you want to be in office is in office. You can't wait to do that. You are the same people that sit outside your boyfriend, your baby father's house with your homegirl on the phone in your ears talking about, yeah, girl, he was with that bitch, blah, 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 blah. But you sit in the car waiting on his ass 3, 4, 5 hours, jumping out the car. I thought you were supposed to be at work. I thought you were supposed to, but you can't stand in line for 2, 3 hours to vote. Political laryngitis. Political laryngitis. Have nothing to say if you don't do it. Have nothing to say if you don't do it. There were old people outside who couldn't stand up on their feet that's outside voting. What's your excuse? They got folding chairs. Buy one. You can sit in your car even, inch it up until you get to the front. But there is no excuse why you're not voting. I don't want to hear it, not entertaining it. Unless you're bedridden, not hearing it. If you're able to move around and do other shit, you can vote. So you can step up or shut up. That's the first part of this diatribe for the evening. Is that part. It's that part. So shout out to all of the people that voted. All the people that behaved themselves on the lines when they voted. All the people who still care enough to vote in the midst of all this shit that's happening out here right now. The disrespect of the Constitution. The disrespect of the elected, of what the people elected you guys to do. And we're going to carry on with that piece again. I'm going to play some music and come back and talk about what's so... You know, the thing is, you almost got to respect what's happening. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am more afraid of the person that tells me what they're going to do than the person that's holding a loaded gun to my face. Right? Because when you tell me what you're going to do, I'm not going to gauge and say, nah, that nigga's a pussy. He's not going to do that shit. I accept what you say. If you tell me your name is Bob, I address you as Bob. If you tell me that you're African American, I address you as African American. If you tell me I'm going to fuck you over, I believe your words that you're going to fuck me over. So I brace myself for the fuck. I bend over, I hold onto the bedpost, and I wait for it because you said it's coming. They've said what they're going to do. They've shown what they're going to do. They've taken ballot boxes. They've defunded the postal service. They've made it so certain people can't vote and all of that. And they will come back with the biggest slap in the face of what he intends to do. So yes, he took back the words and said, oh no, I guess I'm going to have to move out of the country if Biden wins and all that. But we'll talk about that. We'll explore that. And I'm getting prepared for the vexation for the other things. We're going to talk about so much stuff tonight. So much stuff tonight. Get your papers and pens and whatever you don't believe I'm saying, or it's not accurate, I invite you guys, as it's an online show, open up a tab, challenge me. Let's argue tonight. Let's argue tonight. Inside the Mind of Cypher Kai and Talk Radio, I'm gonna play some more music. We're gonna switch the genres off, put some more blessings on the platform. We're gonna take it in another direction though. So I'm trying to remember which direction I wanted to go. Here we go. So Mr. Garnet Silk, more blessings on the platform. This is going to be Splashing Dashing here on Talk Radio. It's Freaky Friday.
Oh Father, watch in Zion. Hear our voice, O God, today in our prayer, and accept our thanksgiving. Father, we thank thee for all that you have done and for what you're doing now. Oh, yeah, yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you come and go in the tides that ebb and flow. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, 'cause Jah is with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you come and go in the tides that ebb and flow. Though so strong and great you are, love, 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 stretching deep, wide and far. Tiny vessels safe you keep, rocking them gently as to sleep. Wild and rough though you may be, when you are angry, mighty sea. When the storm is gone, we find you're still a playmate kind. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Splashing, dashing, restless sea. Never still you seem to be. Sometimes angry, sometimes sad. Sometimes you laugh as though you're glad. Little children love you well. Love all the wondrous tales you tell. Love to watch you come and go in the times that ebb and flow. Splashing, dashing,
Freaky Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai on Talk Radio, TAWK Radio. Tonight is all about delving into the mind of Cypher Kai and having grown-ass conversations about a lot of different things that are going on nationally, globally, spiritually, financially. We're going to have some conversations tonight. Now, as a continuation of what I was saying just now, look it. I want to learn you guys some things. I want to learn you some things this evening. Yes? Now, we're talking about the presidential election that's coming up, and it's nice that people are going out and voting, and it's important. Yeah? But it's not always leaning on just the popular vote to get the president of the United States in. It's an electoral college, and certain states are worth certain amounts of electoral votes and all this kind of stuff. And so, do you guys not see the blatant disregard in what he's done? So when President Obama was in office and he tried to get a Supreme Court justice put on the Supreme Court, which holds 9 people from its inception back in the days till now, right? 9 people. So you should always have a majority vote because it's not an even number of people. They sold off this person for 10 months. It's a lifetime position, so these people don't leave. No matter what scandals and things happen, sight of death, they don't leave. So 10 months to stall him off for his person to go in. But notice how this woman that he put in, I've not researched her enough to really call her out of her name yet. I'm sure I'll get around to doing that soon enough. But nonetheless, this woman that they put in to the office was able to get through confirmations and skate through in 6 weeks right before the election. That's important to know for a couple of reasons. One, that means, when have you guys ever seen the government move that efficiently? I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute. When have they ever moved that efficiently for anything? They did it with the stimulus package, but you guys still don't know what's filled inside of that package. I can't wait till that all comes to light. I'm asking a call to action of all of the unafraid reporters, actual reporters, not bloggers, and just give their opinions like I'm giving my opinions now. Actual journalists who will go and find that 1,200-page document and dig through it and see what parts of our souls did we sell away in order for them to give out that money they gave out at the beginning of the year. Very interested to know. Lord. But They got this lady in 6 weeks. That's important to know, because if it comes down to a situation of there's some disputing with the popular votes because ballots are missing and whatever, if there is a situation where they can't come to some agreement about something, it gets turned over to the Supreme Court. In 4 years of him being in office, he got to seat 4 judges. He got to give away 4 positions of lifetime power in 4 years of him being there. That is a powerful thing. Imagine the loyalty you would feel to someone in the middle of a pandemic or in general who could give you a lifetime position of not just secured pay, but power. The Supreme Court is the highest court that we have in this land. Highest one. Can overturn any other thing done on the other lower courts. Powerful position to be in. I also find it to be a bit of a slap in the face that there are elected officials who are elected to represent their constituents. Most people are suffering financially. The homeowners, people who lost their jobs that are never coming back. That assessment hasn't even been done yet. You guys don't even know the depths of the amount of businesses and industries that will never come back. All of you who are still waiting around for it to go back to normal, wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up. Time, in the history of nothing, does time ever go backwards? It just doesn't. History can repeat itself, but time does not go backwards. There's no going back to normal. You have to decide what your normal's going to be. You got to decide that. You have to decide that. What your normal's going to be. What does that look like for you? Right? But in 6 weeks, they got this lady in that's normally a whole crazy, insane process. But in all of these months, they're still not giving you guys another set of stimulus checks. I say you guys because I didn't get one. So there's still not another set of stimulus checks after all these months and a clear need for it. They've been literally pumping the stock market on absolutely nothing. Pumped up and inflated on absolutely nothing. But in months, no second stimulus. When they're printing money out of air anyway. They are. They're printing money. Our dollar is worth nothing now. We'll have those conversations as we have those freaky Financial Fridays that come up, and we teach you guys what wealth actually is, how money actually works, and all of those things that people are not discussing with you on a real level. Right? I want to learn you guys on some things. They could have printed that money and sent it out already. They haven't. But this lady got in. This lady who's in a position to make powerful movements, to take back, to reverse Roe versus Wade, the right for a woman to have an abortion. A couple of other things that are on the table as well. Right? This very opinionated woman gets to sit there now and do this. And one of the things I think they were touting is that, oh, well, I got black children. I adopted black children from Haiti. So, was that supposed to make some kind of difference? And let me say this before you guys start your shit. This is not a Trump thing. It's not a Trump thing, because one of the people that was the biggest advocate for getting this woman in was Dianne Feinstein. Is that her fucking name? The head Democrat on a judiciary committee was pushing this to a point of exposing herself to all kinds of ailments. She was hugging Mitch McConnell after the hearings were done. Oh my God, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. This was one of the easiest processes ever. And Look at here. Look at here. This whole separation of parties is a farce. I've said that before. Let's start some arguments. Argue with me. Argue with me. Argue with me. It's about the character of the person that's running, not necessarily the party. Not necessarily the party, right? I'm going to start some arguments and learn you guys on some things. Fuck it, let's challenge me. I need you guys to know that this platform is where you need to be connected to so much more than just the debauchery and the sex, yes? So let me learn you a couple things, yeah? So Miss Feinstein, beginning of the year, don't have the stats in front of me. Pull it open, look it up. There was some issue where she almost had called a Martha Stewart. She was selling off shares, or she's gotten some kind of inside advice because obviously she's in the position she's in. And she was trying to offload some stocks or something early in the year, and it was going to turn out to be something pretty yucky at some point. Her and I think Nancy Pelosi as well, or their husbands or something, but they were directly connected to it. Somehow that got hush-hushed and pushed away. And then all of a sudden, you're ass-kissing and praising this man in this COVID circle with no mask on his face, exposing yourself to God. You were thanking him I'm assuming, don't have proof of it, I'm assuming, just my vibes, you were thanking him for shooing your thing under the table and maybe in exchange for you pushing this woman through. Maybe in exchange, because Martha Stewart and several other people got locked up for doing the same fucking thing. She was accused of doing it. She's out. And on a committee, heading a committee that helps to put in someone in one of the most powerful seats in the United States. Let's start some arguments. And as far as the separation of church and state and parties, one of the most powerful things that was done for African Americans in this country was the end of slavery, the Emancipation Proclamation, right? And so let's give you a quick history lesson. That was done under Abraham Lincoln's term, under his term. But guess what? Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. Oops. Few people didn't know that, did you? Right? So it's not about, well, if I'm black or Hispanic or poor, I gotta be Democratic. And if I'm rich, I gotta be on the... No, it is the character of the person that is running. If you believe the shit that's coming out of their mouth is going to benefit you and your family, that is who you vote for. That is how you should vote. No, I don't like the fact he's a megalomaniac. No, I don't like his hair. No, I don't like what she does. And this, you vote for... I'm going to touch on that when I come back. I'm going to play some music. And we're going to touch on that because that's going to take us into you guys' vexation. The fact that you guys are so perturbed, so pissed off with all of the celebrities that have stepped up and decided they're going to publicly endorse Donald Trump. But fuck it, we're going to have a conversation about that too. Because your vexation is a little unfounded. Right? A little unfounded. And yeah, I'm going to start some arguments with that. And I'm going to create some new arguments. Because we're going to talk like we're grown tonight. We are. We're going to talk like we're grown tonight. And I'm trying again to get these things out the way because there's two stories I want to talk to you guys about. Two headlines that don't seem to be getting the kind of attention it should. And I have a different perspective on these two things I'm going to hip you guys through this evening. So I want you guys to just stay tuned and rock with me as we get to this music. Now I'm just going to start playing things kind of all over the place. All over the place. I do have a very special birthday shout out to give. I'll do it at 9 o'clock. So if Mr. Ben, if you're still tuned in, I do have a special birthday shout out and song request for you. Just let me know that you're still tuned in and rocking with us. But this is all about the energy, right? I feel like what's missing in the midst of all of this stuff that's happening, God is missing. He's missing. His voice is missing. It was by no mistake that I believe that when they closed everything down, the last thing that they were left to open were the churches. And still, even though they had done it, it was like a very quick instance and the COVID numbers went back up and you can't gather. That's by design. But churches, anywhere two or more shall be gathered, there shall he be. In the midst of chaos, he is there. He can be there, right? You just got to raise your vibrations, lift your thoughts. The same way you go and Google porn or celebrity gossip or anything else. You can go onto YouTube and pull up gospel music, conscious music, whatever, and let it wash over your spirit. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We'll let the word wash over our spirit where you're not being preached at, but you can just raise your vibrations on what's happening here on Talk Radio. I am unapologetic tonight about this shit, about any of it. I'm claiming all of it. This is Tony Rebel, If Jah is Standing by Your Side, here on Talk Radio, Freaky Friday.
If Jah is by my side, I won't hide. No, I won't hide. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, 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 this a junior. Boom, boom, boom. If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? Your best you try to harm I and I, aiming to kill, but I love you still.
never fail. What you think I'm gonna do? Keep up now? No, not go bow. My foes attack and I just smile. They don't seem to understand my style. My confidence is so high. In a Baba Janai, is standing by my side. Then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawling by night? Boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom. So talk your talk and laugh your laugh. That won't shiver my heart. His secret tabernacle will guide I. Guess your guess and test your test. That is your own interest to find out the power of the Most High, Most High, Most High. Jah is standing by my side. And then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? If Jah is standing by my side, then why should I be afraid of a pestilence that crawleth by night? Boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom, 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 this a junior, boom. That's why I wanna say Jah is standing by my side. And then why should I?
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio with your hostess Cypher Kai. Again, I'm having all kinds of glitches over here. I'm hoping you guys are hearing this clearly. I'm going to be super pissed if this episode gets screwed up. It's all right though. It's okay. Like I said, I'm in a different location. I'm using some quick equipment, but we're going to make this work. We're going to make this work because this message is going to get out. Something is definitely trying to keep this message from coming out, but it will. Now, I've got some really great feedback coming from you guys behind the scenes. And some of you are saying that, well, I've had the conversation with some of my private friends before as well, and they've said that Trump is good for politics. And I agree, right? Because he's been in doing so much crazy stuff. It has opened more people's eyes to politics and the politricks that can happen during elections and all of that. So that's a good thing. Now, I have a very opinionated gentleman behind the scenes saying that don't forget that there's a shadow hand in the politics this year. Trump did not follow the script that he was given. You know, it's one of the conspiracy theories that he didn't follow the script he was given, and he created a lot of drama in this whole situation. There's no honor in politics is what the person's saying. Elections have consequences, absolutely. They're also specifying that if they believe that if Biden gets elected, that black people will go back to sleep, and with Trump in office, they'll stay awake. They'll stay more woke, I guess, paying more vigilant attention. Now, here's the thing, though. Do we want to risk another 4 years of what he's been doing and or not doing just to stay awake? Can't we just be more conscious now? And that's the thing. People tend to forget, right? You so quickly forget. The only time that should be something that's done is always, you know, if you hear the term forgive and not forget, you always need to be up. And this is what I'm saying. Tonight, we're going to be talking about raising your vibration spiritually, being more aware of what's going on in your situation, how you deal with certain things, right? Certain catalysts, certain things that trigger you, and just how to deal with things and navigate through them differently, because you should stay awake. If you're up now and you can see things in a different light and you are, you know, learning more things, it's encouraging you to study more and look into things on a deeper level. Why not keep doing that? There's no savior here on this earth that's going to come and save you. Is why you guys need to focus on what you need to be doing on a spiritual level as well for you and your family and how you get through these next years. Because there is no going back. There's doing new things. I'm sure over the past couple months, you guys have tried everything. Looking for jobs, escapism through drinking, sneaking and going to parties. I heard they had underground gyms, there's all kinds of things that you would normally take for granted you wouldn't do, you've been sneaking around to do. But how many of you, and I know I've got some preachers that listen to the show, I've got some ministers and pastors that listen to the show, they don't tell me they do, but I know they do. What have you guys been doing? And I'm impressed to see that a lot of them have done what I've mentioned on the show, made a call to action. You don't need an entire congregation to get the word out. Everybody's phone now comes preloaded with Facebook. You can do a Facebook Live on your phone. You can have church with 2 people. You can literally call a friend on a video call, just one person, and now it's 2 of you. And where 2 or more shall be gathered, there he is. Now, let's get into this conversational piece about this financial stuff, yeah? You guys are outraged about the fact that 50 Cent and I think Lil Wayne and Ice Cube and a couple other people are publicly supporting Donald Trump. And I specifically keep saying publicly supporting Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about this on Talk Radio. Let's talk about this. What exactly is vexing you guys about the fact that they did this? Right? I heard it was saying, oh, well, Donald Trump doesn't like black people and this and this and this. Listen, I've met more black people that claim they don't like black people than white people that say they don't like black people. Maybe they don't, but they don't publicly say it. I've met more black people telling me, especially West Indians, oh, Americans are nasty. They're the most lazy people. They're this and this and this and this. Very biased. Very classist. Right? So whether Trump likes black people or not is not the reason why these celebrities are backing them. And I could give 2 shits about this narrative they're saying. Let's talk like we're grown. Let's talk like we're grown. I didn't even get a chance to read all the articles you guys flooded me with. I kind of looked at snippets and overviews. So, and I'm being honest about saying that. If I dig a little deeper and I find it's something I want to correct in what I'm saying now, I will. I have no problem in doing that. Ego's not that big. But on an overall, right, if 50 Cent, Mr. Curtis Jackson, and Mr. Ice Cube, I don't remember his real name, and Mr. Lil Wayne is backing Donald Trump, let me say a few things about that. 1, that is their prerogative to do that. 2, it is what I told you guys before. They feel like what he's pushing, the shit that he's shoveling, is in their best interest. That's all it is. They're not friends with this guy. I'm saying, I'm sure after he shakes their fucking hands, he wipes it off. They go back and say to him, yeah, I got this cracker nigga doing da-da-da-da-da. They fucking say it. They fucking say it. They say it. They call him crackers and shit when they're sitting around smoking their fucking weed after talking to his ass. He goes like, oh, I got these niggas jumping through hoops for me. This and that. Yeah, niggas with an ERS. Let's start some arguments on the show. These conversations happen. How many times have you guys sat with your friends and called people out of their turn and out of shits and giggles or whatever else you do it for? People fucking do it. I do it. I do it. I do it. There's no gotcha moment. Oh, Cypher said and pull a clip. I fucking do it. I'm very disrespectful when I talk to my friends behind the scenes about everybody. I don't give a shit if they're purple. I do it from time to time. Sometimes for shits and giggles. Sometimes out of vexation. I do it. Not going to pretend that I don't. Okay. I busted myself. Okay. But if they're looking from a standpoint of, unlike the black guys that they're out here shooting down and hurting and harming and maiming and all kinds of things, I feel like I'm in a special bubble because I no longer am outside busting guns. I've now got green money, and so the white people need to respect me. And guys and celebrities, let me tell you this, they don't fucking respect you. They don't. They don't respect you. This is why they sick their white women on you to fuck you and give you mixed babies and take the money out of the community. Oops. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. Let's put that in the oven, let that bake for a minute. When you guys are out here gangbanging and shooting people and stabbing people and robbing people, and you got the sister on your arm, the hood booger on your arm, right? She gets but so much, and then you elevate to a certain level and feel like I'm going to pull a little Barbie, I'm going to pull a little Karen, and all of a sudden the doors I want to get into, because I've got actual ideas. I don't just have tattoos and bullets. I got actual ideas. Let me fuck this white girl and see what kind of door she can open for me. But if you notice, there's not normally, maybe I'm wrong. You guys can do some research for me. Maybe I'm wrong. But I've not seen too many black rappers, black athletes, black actors who are seen too much with their counterparts in their circles. Let's put that in the oven and bake it for a minute. I see these white women dressed in $3 million dresses at the Billboard Awards, BET Awards, the Sports Awards, or the movie premieres. But I very rarely see these black rappers with their white counterparts as say at a hedge fund manager's birthday party or something, unless they paid him a ridiculous amount of money to perform, like the jigaboo that they treat him like. And they don't need to put on blackface because he actually has a black fucking face. Let's start some arguments tonight, people. Let's start some arguments tonight. So I say all that to say this. Yes, these guys are publicly supporting Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure none of them stood on the 3-hour line to go and vote. Let's call a spade a spade. And if you guys are so outraged by what they did, here's what you can do. Stop supporting their shit. Stop buying their shit. If they had less money, maybe they would make different choices. Maybe they make the choices that you guys feel they should make. But you're not going to stop doing it. You're going to pitch and moan about what they're doing. And you're so fucking woke. You'll get past it. And when the new Jordans come out, you'll go and grab them. When the new beats come out, you'll grab them. When the new song drops, you'll grab it. When the next ass shaking video comes out, you'll watch it. You'll share it. You'll spread it. You'll repeat watch it. So again, if you're not going to actually change, you're not going to actually do something, you got political laryngitis, shut up. Shut up. You're pitching and moaning because you can. It is in their best interest to look out for their best interest. And their best interest is to make sure they keep the amount of money that they got because they don't want to be back to where their fan base is. They don't want to be back down there. That's what they want to do. They want to secure their bag. And they believe this guy will help them secure their bag. You guys want them to have less bag? Stop buying their shit. Let's start some arguments. Let's start some fucking arguments. Yeah. This is TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai. What you guys saying? 47 years in politics has Joe Biden done for black people. Trump's 3.9 years has benefited, whether it was done intentionally or unintentionally. Blacks benefit from the treacherous Trump, Black College, Promise Zone, and the Second Chance. I need more information on that. I don't know what you're talking about there. Sounds interesting. Due to post-traumatic slave syndrome, most blacks will remain mentally trapped, whereas blacks are at their best when they are oppressed. Okay. Very opinionated people tonight. I'm with the shits. Let's do it. All right. So this, like I said, this is Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio with your hostess Cypher Kai. And, okay, you're still there. Lovey. Yay. All right, so I'm going to take a step back from the diatribe for a second. And I'm going to give a very special birthday shout out to Mr. Ven from Veno Music in Florida, who is a very, very big supporter of Talk Radio. I will not call him a fan. He is a main talker. He's a VIP talker. And I want to give you a very special birthday song I want to play for you this evening in honor of your 16 years on this earth. He's older than that, but I'm just going to say that to be polite. Your 16 years on this earth. You're not even old enough to listen to the show. That's why I appreciate you even more that you tune in every week. And I hope you're enjoying what's going on. This one is Coffee's Toast on Freaky Fridays for Mr. Veno Music for your birthday on Talk Radio.
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it.
Yo, easy. Are you kidding me?
Toast, yeah. So we are coming with a force, yeah. Blessings we are reap and we coursing on full. Oh, we not rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast for the friends we take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we both then only said the road and me go on with the road. Third form, me say me try a thing, and you know it formed out to be a fire thing. Now up on stage with chronic, I sing, yeah, see me all diggy soon, get the higher ring like hello, brother. You say I had to shot ya, saw your poster, spectacular photo. Keep it burning, yes, that's the motto. If me the butter pass through your shot to can't ball in a life, man. Me have to thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall. But I toast to the friends we take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored then only said the road and we go on with it. Just show our blessings upon me and send me to tell them a story. Just show our blessings blessings upon me. And that's how I made to give him the glory. I'm delighted. Jah knows my passion ignited. Got the music get me excited. I'm coming like a potion. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast for the friends we take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored. Then only said the road and me go on with the road. Toast, yeah, yeah, yeah. Toast. Oh, in a rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings are just for the plus. Yeah, and gratitude is a must. Yeah, me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast to the friends that take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored. Then only said the road and me go on with the road. Toast, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Talk Radio's Freaky Fridays. That's not the version of the song I wanted. I'm sorry. Then I'll find something else to play for you. That's not the version of the song that I wanted. Anyway, so I'm getting a lot of opinionated things behind the scenes you guys are saying. So let me see what you guys are sending me here. All right. So look, Ben is saying, I don't give a damn about color, black, white, or yellow. Why can't we just live as humans? In the end of the day, we love. And the riches we can't take with us when we die, what we do for humanity lasts long after we're gone. That's so true. So true. So true. Make your mark here while you can, right? Don't let people be tipping out glasses of liquor for you or raising cups to the sky in honor of you after you're gone. Now, I do appreciate the people that God decided to take and use to awaken most of these people, right? It's unfortunate that their lives are cut down, but I need you guys to start moving differently. So let's start having another conversation about some other stuff, right? I'm going to play one more song before I do that. I want to have a conversation about the two incidents that happened with some police interactions with some more African Americans in the United States. And I sound exacerbated because it's like, the fuck, it's like almost like every other day something's going on. One of these stories, both of these stories hit close. One of them closer than the other. I will tell you guys all about that. We're going to have a conversation about that. I'm going to give you guys some information as well. Let's have these conversations. And then I got some really great old school reggae queued up. We're going to have a fucking party together and have a good time. But there's some things I just wanted to talk about. I just really want to talk about. They're vexing me. They're really vexing me. So I'm going to play one more song here. I'm going to jump around. What will I do? What will I do? All right, let's do, let's do Capleton, That Day Will Come, here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Equal rights and justice for all. Rise and never fall. Tell them, say, boom. What they gonna do when enough of them not true? Say what they gonna do, them get slow, yeah. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one you know. Alright, that day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and they will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see their hands over bombs and bayonets and bullets gun. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the whole of the ghetto youth them from out of the slum, yeah. And the day I would love to see their face for all those evil they do to the human race and try to take things out of place, run away to space, shoot them in the air. After one judgment you are gonna get the taste when them find out that them can't escape. Sadness they send on the people them trace. Smile on my face. That day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and they will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets bullets and gun. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the one of the ghetto youth them out of the slum. Boom. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As slick as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in a, the one that name now can tell them, escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you pay back anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't left no life in a sorrow. Make sure you're not lean and straight like arrow. Make sure your brains not push out in a barrow. Make sure no make them walk out and borrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation and narrow. Judgment, I would want to tell them something the world I want. That day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and they will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and gun. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall ride up on the wings of the heavens and the sun. Oh yeah, I will remain the same, hailing Rastafari name, and watch them going up in flames. For all the innocent going down the drain, you have to pay for the shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the brain, and pay for these guns and cocaine, the sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and they will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and gun. That day will come, well blaze up the fire right and I'm ready. Pick up on down, Saddam, the one that named you. What a day it will be to see the powers of the triunity.
TAWKradio.com/shows. Freaky Fridays with Cypher Kai. You guys, I'm here messing around with stuff behind the scenes. Hopefully it's coming through clearly. I'm going to be super pissed if this broadcast doesn't go over well. I can't hear it in my ears. I just shifted something around to hopefully sort out what was going on, at least in my headphones. So hopefully it's coming through clearly. Again, if you guys got access to me behind the scenes or publicly or whatever, help me help you. So then that song was actually for you. The other one was not the right, it didn't sound like the right version of the song that I wanted to play for you. It just lasts for about 3 to 4 seconds. Okay. Thank you. Hopefully it didn't do it again. I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. I miss my technicians, Rex and my interns. I can't wait to have you guys back. You guys are working on getting a new studio behind the scenes. We can socially distance responsibly and all that. And you guys can get the best quality, the best everything from the platform. It's going to be tremendous. Oh, okay. Now, these other two stories, I'm going to play one more song because I want to have the information in front of me on the computer so I can pull what I need to pull. There was 2 more shooting incidents that rubbed me all the way the wrong way. And I really did want to get myself grounded before I talked about these things because I'm just beyond. I'm just beyond. I'm just beyond. And so I'm going to... yes, I think that's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is. Then thank you so much. Look at you all professional and shit. All professional and shit. All right, so, all right, let's see. All right, so I'm going to play a, no, yeah, you know what? Sizzler. Going to play a Sizzler song. Give me a try here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio, and then we'll come back and have these conversations about what happened with these 2 incidents. Yes, and then we'll continue to have our party and have a good time tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in from all over the world. Hold on, before I even do that, let me give a shout out to the countries that made the biggest movement from Wednesday till now. We did a broadcast on Wednesday. If you guys missed that, go back in the archives and check that out. So from Wednesday until now, biggest movement: United Kingdom, Russian Federation, Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, Brazil, New Zealand, Norfolk Island, Hong Kong, and Germany. You guys are awesome. Global movements. Sizzler, give me a try here on the musical mix. Sorry, Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio, you guys. I'm all confused. Ben, for your birthday. Love you.
Where do you go? Don't you need my love, baby? Why can't you come on and let us play? When are you going to come my way? What sort of things they've been telling you? I got to stop them from compelling you, girl. They just won't stop me from getting you. Give me a try, 'cause I know that things will be great. Me, your mind, don't deny. True love never dies, only creates. I'm gonna take you right there. Love for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear, girl. Gonna make you mine. I'm gonna take you right there. Love for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear. Gonna make you mine. Tell no lies, don't you cry, no goodbye. Just won't work. Stars in the sky, love so nice. Look in your eyes, girl. So much you worth. I'm not stupid, I'm not a fool. Know what I'm doing, I'm into school. Keep a firm grip on what you own. She's more valuable than a pot of gold. I'm gonna take you there. Oh Lord, for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear. Oh, gonna make you mine, girl. I'm gonna take you there. Oh, love for a lifetime. I'm gonna make your life so clear. Give me a try, 'cause I know that things will be great. Me, your mind, don't deny. True love never dies, only creates. Give me a try, 'cause I know that things will be great. Me, your mind, don't deny. True love never dies, only creates. Where do you go? Don't you need my love, baby? Why can't you come on and let us play? When are you going to come my way? What sort of things they've been telling you? I got to stop them from compelling you, girl. They just won't stop me from getting you. No, so many experiences. Yeah, gotta solve your problem, man. Come let me help you, girl. Ooh, hey, oh, hey.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fucking Fridays. All right, you guys, I held off on the F words long enough. I'm hoping it's sounding better to you guys live than it is in my headphones, because I really don't know what's happening. But I know something wants me to stop, and I'm not stopping. I'm just not stopping. I'm just not going to do that. I feel like this message needs to go out tonight. I feel like we need to be having these conversations. I am unapologetic as to what's going on, what's coming out of my mouth, and we're just going to talk. We're going to talk like we're grown. Right? So, as I mentioned, there are two situations that occurred last week, and shit, I'm sorry, I got all kinds of things popping in my face. There are so many of you that are tuned in and loving the show, and I love you for loving it, and I love you for being here, and I'm just being bombarded with things in my face. So just, you guys, give me a second. My multitasking is shit, as I've mentioned before, but it's live radio, so we're going to have some fun together. So there's two incidents that happened with the police and African Americans in the US. And so I want to talk about these things. It's unfortunate. We're so fucking desensitized to it. Yes, the F-bombs are going to start flying. It's so unfortunate we're so desensitized to what's happening, because it's happening so damn frequently. right? It's almost like, oh, another one. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be that way. It's a human life gone, wasted, whatever, because somebody didn't do the right thing, right? And it is serving as a purpose to wake us up, but it's happening entirely too often. So as we're waking up, what do we do with all this? And when you wake up in the morning, think about it, right? You get up in the morning, you stretch, if you're lucky enough to wake up in the morning, and you get gung-ho. One of those mornings where you're feeling fantastic, there's no pain in your body, you're woke. You have this ball of energy. You can't wait to get productive things done. So now that we're all fucking awake, what we doing with this energy? What we doing with it? How many times can we protest? Look here. All right, let's start some arguments. Yes? All right. Now, the first story, and again, I got bits and pieces. I didn't get to get the entire thing yet. But you guys had sent me over this video of a young man that had gotten killed by the police in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so my understanding is that his mom, made a call for assistance. Her son is autistic, black man. He was waving a knife around and he was having an episode. And so she called for an ambulance. And I don't know if the police got there first in place of the ambulance or they didn't send one at all or whatever. But I saw a video that's like 1 minute and 8 seconds long of the young man coming off the porch, approaching the police. He does have what I'm assuming is a knife in his hand. I can't see it very clearly, but I'm going to assume they said it was. No problem. Knife in his hand. He's not as close to the police, but they end up shooting him 14 times, dropping him down dead in front of his mum. Now, okay. So this hits me on several levels because 1, I've got a son. 2, I've got children that live in Pennsylvania. 1 that lives in Philadelphia. 3, this keeps fucking happening, innit? So let's talk about this. Let's take this apart and talk about this one for a second. Now, there's protocols that's supposed to happen. At least we have them in place in New York. I don't know if they have them in place in other states, but we have them in place in New York. Mental health, you guys, is not something to be ashamed of. It is something that happens, right? Whether it's genetic, it's stress-induced, it is something you're born with or whatever. Now, I'm going to have a different part of this conversation after I get the first part out, because this is where it starts to get deep and different. It's where it gets deep and different. So now, they come and they kill this young man in front of the mom. I can't even imagine, because I feel like it's unnatural. It is unnatural for a parent to bury their child. I feel it's unnatural for a parent to bury their child. If your child is born sickly, and yes, you kind of prepare for it. You appreciate all the time that you're given, and you kind of mentally prepare for it. But it is unnatural for a parent, I believe, to bury a child. I can't even imagine. I can't fathom. Right? And so I hope you guys are hearing this clearly. No effing static. I swear to God. So they kill him. He's there on the ground. Now, none of these police officers, at least in the minute that I got to see, the immediate response should be to go and check this young man's pulse to see what they can do. They shoot this boy and they kill him. 14 fucking shots, drop him to the ground. And the cops turn and run the other direction towards their car, assuming, rightfully, that a mob is going to ensue and it's going to be violence and looting and all these things. Now, when that happens in New York, there's a special call. It's called EDP. This is where I learned you guys some things. EDP. EDP means it's an emotionally disturbed person. They prepare at the hospital. If they can get staff on deck, if they have a police officer or someone who's versed in these things, it is prepared. They know there's something they need to de-escalate and that the person's having an episode. Right? So they work on these things and they know that you come differently. You come with a different behavior, hoping to not have something like this occur. The mom is crying out. That cry out is, you can't even, there's nothing to compare it to. There's nothing to compare it to. That guttural cry of, oh my God, I just lost my child in front of my face. It's different. And so it made me want to, kind of take for granted that, I don't hug my kids enough. You know, I've never been the person to say I love you. It's always been a hard thing for me. I didn't hear it very much when I was a child, you know, so it's hard for me to extend that even in my adult life. And that's something that, you know, I'm working through and working on. But it's kind of like, you know, what are you fighting with your kids about? They could not be here. And it's an unfortunate thing, but no matter how light-skinned your children are, no matter how well-behaved they are, they're still black children, if they're black children. And so at any point in time, black people, black children, women and men alike, we're all targeted for one reason or another. I don't know if it's quotas. I don't know if it's fear, stupidity. I don't know what the fuck it is, but we're all targeted, right? And so this thing hits me on a level because, like I said, I've got a son and I have a daughter that lives in Philadelphia, and she was actually out shopping when this happened in a supermarket, not near the event, but because of what happened and it transpired so quickly, she had to get evacuated from a supermarket for their own safety because the store wanted to close. They figured the looting was going to start and all this other stuff. And then I had, shout out to all of the cameramen. I have some production guys, some camera guys that are out here in the middle of this stuff, in the thick of this stuff. And I'm going to start right now and say publicly, I'd like to do a Cameraman Chronicles on the show. We will be interviewing all these camera guys who go out, all these people who catch these videos of these things that are happening. I want to have a whole series where I sit and I talk with you guys. And I want to partner up with someone that I know is listening to the show right now, from a certain entertainment company. I haven't spoken to him about it, so I'm making the pitch right now on the air as I'm speaking, and we'll collaborate on this. But I want to have those conversations with the people behind the scenes, the ones who risk their lives to get us these videos, the ones who get this stuff out here. And so I want to say on behalf of Udenic Media and Global Films and Mr. Chin and everybody who's out filming these things, right? I want you fucking protesters and you looters and everyone to keep my fucking people safe, right? You want changes, but now you're acting like the animals they're accusing you of being. I know you're angry. I know you're angry. I can feel your pain. I know you're vexed. I know you're overvexed. I know you're burnt out. You're fucking tired. But destroying things and putting people in harm's way does not fix what happened. Not to be callous, you can't bring your violence is not going to bring this person back. And I know you feel like you need to do a response of some sort. And I tell you, this is where the plea comes in a minute. It's coming. So I want to give you guys some information right now as well. If you know someone, and I also have some psychologists that are literally listening to the show right now, right? Literally listening to the show right now. Mental health is an actual thing, but there's another level to this shit. Another level to it, right? I feel like there's a lot of people, and I'm going to start some arguments right now. And you guys can call me a quack. You can call me a kook. You can call me whatever you like. You can even log the fuck off. Don't care. I am so sick and tired of this narrative of people that are gifted being labeled as crazy or witches or whatever else. There are people who have gifts that use them in the wrong way. True, right? And we'll delve into that more. But I believe that there's a lot of people that have been diagnosed, and I'm not saying that for this young man. Let me be very fucking clear about that. Let me be very clear about that. I don't know anything about this family, not done any research on this particular family. But there's an abundance of African Americans specifically that are being diagnosed with mental conditions that don't have them. And it cuts two ways, right? There's a lot of these, and I'm going to start some arguments. My God, I'm going to start some arguments right now. I know for a fact, there's a lot of welfare divas. Fuck it, I said that. I said what I said. There's a lot of welfare divas who's found a way to work the system and have been putting labels of mental health on their children, especially their fucking boy children that they don't want to raise, they don't know how to raise, to get free money from the government. Let's start some arguments, damn it. I know 3 of them specifically, personally, myself. And I'm disgusted with their behavior. And I've told them this. Boys are precocious by design. No child is supposed to sit somewhere for 8 fucking hours and not move. It's not natural. So when they want to get up and stretch or they want to be inquisitive about things does not mean they got fucking ADHD. Keep those goddamn alphabets to yourself. Every child has a different learning style. Every child, every person has a different love language, a different mental language. Let's fucking talk about some things now. Stop slapping these damn titles on these kids, man, because you want money, you don't want to fucking work. I'm going to call you out. Let's call a spade a friggin' spade, man. Because you want to have a bag that the rich white girl has, that you haven't done the things she's done to get it. Now your child has this label on for the rest of their fucking life because you don't want to work. Or because you chose some animal to sleep with that doesn't want you, that's not responsible, that doesn't want to tell his wife about you. So now your child has a label on them. And to keep the facade going, you're giving them pills and taking them to appointments and traumatizing these children with these fucking twisted psychologists. Not all of them, but some of them pull out things that are not even there. They do all this crazy, what are you seeing this picture? It's a fucking ink spot, isn't it? So if I say one thing, I'm labeled. If I say something else, why can't I just have a creative mind? Why can your child not be carrying the generational curses from all of the candle work, all of the spell work that you were doing to trap the baby father in the first place? You think your children don't bounce that off on them? Let's talk some things, man. Let's talk some things, man. It's a serious situation, you guys. And I need you guys to start taking this seriously. And look at it. I am gifted. I'm not going to hide that anymore. I'm gifted. I am. I'm an empath and I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient. You can look these things up. When I walk into someone's space, I can feel their energy. I know if they're stressed out. I know if they're in pain. I know these things. And for a very long time, I ran from this. When I was a teen, I said, oh no, I didn't know what it was, didn't understand it. All I knew was I was different. I didn't want to be called a weirdo, so I hid it. And I told God very clearly, I said, look, I don't know what you're up to, but I have no interest in standing outside on the street corner saying Jesus is coming. Not interested. I'm too fucking cute for that, not doing it. Very defiant, very disrespectful, because I was stupid. I was fucking stupid and young, stupid. Right? But I'm not hiding that anymore. Right? And so whatever this journey is that I'm on, you guys can come along with me or not. That's fine. But I know tonight this message needs to come out because there's some children that are suffering. There are some adults that are suffering that think they're crazy. You're hearing voices and stuff, and they told you you are schizophrenic, or they told you something else, and you don't know how to process this. And it's a hard thing. It's not easy. If you don't have anyone to talk to, you don't know how to separate the things from what you hear, from what you know, what's real and what's not real. Right? It's all about what you're taking in. Your body becomes your temple. You got to start eating better. You got to start drinking more water. Start taking out the processed foods. Start looking at horror movies and all those other things because you have a blessing on you. There are some people that have mental issues, yes. Right? And mental health runs in my family. So they've been told. But when it was happening with my mum and my great grandmother and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe they were gifted as well and they didn't know what that was. We're talking about in the 1930s, 1940s in the West Indies. I've been told that I believe 2 of my grandmothers died in mental facilities in the West Indies. God knows what those conditions must have been like. They don't know much about that. Even the facilities now in the US are not that great. People are taken advantage of all the time because they figure no one's going to believe the stories that you tell because you've been given this title, this stigma already. And there's so much more about that particular piece I want to talk about on another day when I can really dig into this thing. I have a very intimate relationship with the mental health system in New York, and I will tell you guys why and how I was tortured with it. Not me personally, but a close family member of mine, and how they handle things in this falsity of this Thrive NYC campaign they have that's supposed to be for mental health. It's broken. It's broken. All they want to do is pump you full of medication. They're quick to drop your children around from mental facilities and suspension schools and all kinds of different things because they don't understand what's going on with your child. And there's so many parents out here. And, you know, there's a lot of single mothers. I was a single mother, right? That have boy children. And you can only do what you can do. You can't teach. And let's start some arguments right here. I can admit I did not know how to teach my son how to be a man. But I'm going to also say that even if there was a father around, I don't believe he could teach him how to be a man either. Let's have a conversation and start some arguments. Hear me on this, yeah? People, children are sponges. Children are sponges. Very, very precocious, very curious, very inquisitive, right? Sponges. They suck up everything around them. That's why they learn to speak so quickly and everyone's fascinated. They can walk so quickly. You put a laptop in their hand, they know how to use it right away, right? a child is going to take on the pain, the experiences of the person that's raising them. Let me give you that one more again. One more again. Let me learn you something, right? You take on the experiences of your caretaker. So if your caretaker is a broken man, let's say that was molested or beaten when he was younger, and it's something that he suppressed or didn't get over, right? Or if he was constantly told he was not good enough or not attractive enough by the female in his household, he's going to treat every woman as that bitch, because he's got unresolved mommy issues. So what is he teaching that young man? Not to respect women, not to honor the one that gave birth to him, but that women ain't shit. Because this wounded person is raising him. This wounded person is influencing him. Same thing with the mother. Whatever they've been through. So children are molded by the experiences of their caretakers. That's my thought on that. That's my thought on that. So I taught my son, to the best of my ability, how to be a good human being. What he chose to do with it is on him, but he knew right from wrong. He knew very early how to use a knife and fork, how to tie a necktie, the art of a proper handshake. He was taught how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of himself. I didn't want any woman taking liberties with my son. No woman could say, hey, if you don't do this and this and this, you're not going to eat. If you got to run back to your mother. No, I don't have to. I don't have to do those things. I know how to fend for myself. If God forbid I was to leave for whatever reason, God decided, okay, I need you up here. Your work down there is done. I wanted my son to be able to manage himself. I want him to be a good partner for whoever he's with. That narrative of a woman has to do everything is nonsense. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Give and take. Equal give and take. Even if you have an understanding where you make enough money and you decided your lady can stay home, what happens if she's sick? Do you not pitch in? Or you get some stranger to walk around your house? No. And guys, let me learn you something real quick. When you know how to do these things, not only can women not take liberties with you, but you become that dude she talks about, innit? When you want to go out with your boys, it's no longer an argument. You cook, you clean, you bang her, you put her to bed. And when her friends are called, yo, where your man at? Da-da-da, he's out. But girl, it's like 11 o'clock, so what? You know what I'm saying? Because she's content. You left her no room to argue about anything and respectfully come home at a decent time. But there's nothing to argue about. You left her home fed and fucked and in her bed. In a clean house. And the fact she's gossiping on the phone means the phone bill's paid. You did a good job. Right? You did a good job. Ladies, don't kill yourself. It is not your job to raise broken men. Please do not raise broken men. Do not put off on your son. Your sons are not your daughters. Your sons are not your husbands. Woo! Damn it. Let's talk. Woo! We need to have a whole conversation about this codependency thing. Ladies, your sons are not your husbands. Your sons are not your husbands. Your happiness is not their responsibility. Ooh, damn it. I'm going to start some arguments there. Your happiness is not your son's responsibility. You got to learn to let him go at some point, right? You need to do that. And it's not about not loving them. It's not about making them feel guilty about the choices they need to make. You got to live your life. You've got to let your sons go. You can't pull stunts to keep them around you. You can't, guilt them into certain things. You can't decide all of a sudden, oh, that friend's no good, that friend's no good. Sabotaging them is setting them up. Gaslighting them. Your sons are not your husbands. And your happiness is not their responsibility. All right, this is Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com with your hostess, Cypher Kai. Freaky Fridays with your hostess, Cypher Kai, on the ones and twos. I'm going to play some more music. Let me give you guys this hotline number before I do that. So if you are having a crisis, some kind of mental health crisis anywhere across the U.S., the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the number is 1-800-950-6264. 1-800-950-6264, National Alliance on Mental Illness, anywhere in the United States. And if you are one of our overseas talkers and you're having an issue, I'm going to give this to you right now. The number to reach us 24/7 to connect with us to get resources, 347-450-3958, 347-450-3958. If you don't have long distance, you can also send us an audio clip via Messenger on Facebook, www.facebook.com/TAWKRADIO. Also, send us an email on the contact us form on the website, www.tawkradio.com. Go to the contact us form. In the top portion, just put help. We'll connect you to whatever resources that we can to get you guys where you need to go to do, and we're happy to do that. I know I got a lot of messages coming in behind the scenes. I promise you guys I'm going to play some music. I'm going to come back and read some of what you're saying, and we're going to have another conversation about the other thing that happened, the other incident that happened, and then I'll make my public plea to you guys and we'll play some music and have some fun, right? So hopefully everything is coming through nice and clearly. Right, I see you guys are having a lot of opinions about what's going on tonight. It's a little different. Like I said, if you want to hear the debauchery, it's available. iHeart, Spotify, a lot of archive episodes about all the sexual things, the licking things, sucking things is there. But tonight is not that night. Tonight's just not that night. So we're going to play right now. We're going to get into some Warrior King Never Go Where the Pagans Go here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. What the hell is that? I'm sorry, you guys. I heard something weird just now. Live radio.
I'll never go in wrong congregation. Boy. Rastaman about pagans, so I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what they daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are pure substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no God, so mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the ash bin. Can't fool the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that is seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, it's obvious that is drifting. You have the respect for the King of all kings, so his name I'll be always exalting. So I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the Dalitans say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are pure substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. Never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no guys, so I'll never go astray from my roots and my culture. Neither will I forget my homeland, Mama Africa. So go me can go and separate from the vipers, from the hypocrites and from the vampires. Hail the King of Kings, for we give it all the powers. Born in Ethiopia, look, it's written in the scriptures. Who are the righteous? Hey, they are the truth seekers. Woe be unto you for us leaders. So I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the Dalitans say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words are pure substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give out the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. Allah is my guide, so I'll never go. I'll never go. I'll never go where they go. Oh, I'll never stray. No way, no day. Yo, I'll never say what they say. Oh, I'll never go where they go. Rastafari I will always follow. Me the heathen can't come sway. No way, no day. Whoa, 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 yeah. So I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do, cause Rastafari give her the guidance.
And TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. I don't know what is going on with my equipment, I swear to God. Hopefully everything's coming through clearly. If it is, you guys let me know. I know that the word is going out. I know a lot of you can hear. It sounds crazy in my headphones, and I'm really, really praying that it sounds better to you guys. It sounds better to you guys. I'm really, really hoping that it sounds better to you guys, because I want to talk about this stuff. I don't want to miss a beat on this, and I want to share this. I believe the ones of you who are tuned in are really enjoying this conversation. You like to see this side of me. It's a lot of me. Inside the mind of Cypher Kai, there's a lot of things that happen up here. There's a lot of rooms and chambers in this mansion that I call my mind. And so we're going to have these unapologetic conversations in the new year. When we do our Wellness Wednesdays, we'll be delving into mental health and physical health and spiritual health. Because I want my community to know, I want my empathic community to know, I want my gifted people to know that you're not a weirdo. There's nothing wrong with you. Especially if you're a light worker, if you're doing things because God has guided you to do those things. If you're using your gifts for doing wicked things, you're trying to harm people, you're trying to hold people against their will, you're burying guys' boxes in your backyard and all kinds of fucking nonsense. None of that stuff works. And do you really want to spend the rest of your life wondering if this person's with you because they genuinely want to be with you, because you did some fucking spell on their underwear or gave them sweat rice to eat because you sat your crotch over their pot or some shit like that? I mean, come on, man. Like, really? Come on, man. And guys, I need to be much more mindful. And ladies, don't sleep. Guys do this bullshit too. Guys do this bullshit too. Be mindful. Everybody has intuition. Some people are more gifted than others, but everybody has an innate intuition. When you're around people, their energy gives them away. I don't give a shit how pretty they are, how handsome they are, what they look like. Their energy will always betray them. There's no way to mask that. I don't give a shit what kind of sociopath you are. Your energy always betrays you. So pay attention if you've got pets or you've got children and your child is crying around someone that you think is so fucking cool. That's my homie, that's my homegirl, and the baby's crying and they haven't pooped their pampers and they're not hungry. Pay attention to that. Don't ever force your child into the arms of someone that they're crying for. Now, let me also say this. It doesn't necessarily mean all the time. A lot of times, and not all the time. It doesn't always mean that person has bad intentions for you. It could just mean that they're carrying an energy on them that they might be unaware of, that the pet or the child can see. Let's start some arguments, you guys. Let me learn you a couple things. Children are very open to, the different dimensions. They can see things. They can't always audibly tell you, oh, well, daddy, this girl has has your boxes in her purse and she's going to the Obi lady when she leaves. They can't say that, but she can scream whole helly hell. When this woman comes in, oh, you're so cute, and goes to kiss her, she knows she's bad mind, or she knows she just sucked somebody else's cock before she came to your house. She knows it. The baby knows these things. They're trying to warn you. I know this baby getting on my nerves. I'll put the baby to bed, and you're chewing the nanny off with the kid, and you don't even know you're going out with this sociopath. I'm just saying. Let's start some arguments here tonight on the show. Let me read some of the things you guys are sending me. What you're sending me? Let me take a look. See. Oh, okay. Your sons do not date women that look like caretakers. Okay, and thank you for mentioning that, because I was actually going to do that. So thank you for that bit of information. I was going to talk about that, and I will talk about it on another show, just not this one. So thank you, Mr. Texas. I got one of my psychologist that's going to be connected to the show listening in right now. I tried to give him a heads up and tell him, this shit goes down, the goes down on the show, and I think he's enjoying what he's hearing. But I was going to talk about that. I was about what you told me not to talk about, so thank you for that. I will talk about it another day, though. I will. On one of my Worldwide Wednesdays, I will talk about it. But anywho, let's continue here. All right. So, what else are you guys saying to me here? I know some guys are saying something in here. Special needs. Okay. So, Mr. Venn in the public chat room is saying that his son died last year and he was considered special needs. Only to find out that, he was just, needed some different inspiration, kind of different direction with his teaching, I'm assuming. Okay. And so they were trying to diagnose your other son the same thing, and you told the teacher to step up and do her job. So let me just say this also. Shout out to all of the teachers that listen to the show. And some of them can catch it and some of them don't. And it's not always on them. There are certain guidelines that they give. And I know they give something called an IEP. This is a federal document that if your child has special needs in any way, shape, or form, whether it be from ADHD to bipolar disorder, if they have a physical limitation or whatever, you can get an IEP. I didn't know anything about these things till recently. And it stands for Individualized Educational Plan. And that is a federal mandate. When something is written for that, you have a meeting with the psychologist, the teachers, the parents, and you guys come up effectively with an action plan, a learning plan for your child, for their wellness, for their therapies, for their curriculum and all of that. And it's supposed to be stuck to, special funding for that and everything. So parents, if you feel like there's an issue with your child, they're not learning correctly or something else is going on, look into getting an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan. It is federally funded. It is a federal mandate. Once that is in place, your school has to adhere to what is written in that. And don't let any goddamn school tell you that you're not entitled as a parent to sit with them and partake in this. They don't get to label your child without you having say-so in it. They don't get to just label your child without you having some kind of say-so in it. And we'll talk about that more in depth because I got to learn how all of those things go, as I was walking through certain things and certain aspects of my life. And like I said, I will share that with you guys because I feel like I go through the things I go through to tell a story, to be a testimony for certain things. All right. So this next story I want to talk about that didn't get much press. And I'm wondering why there's people blowing my phone up right now when I'm broadcasting. Damn it. Let this person know that I'm broadcasting now. Damn it. You should be tuned in. All right. So there was I don't want to fuck this up. I want to say the names properly. I want to give proper homage to these people. So let me pull this up. I'll play some music and come back and we'll talk about this next situation that happened with a black couple in Illinois. Yes, so I'm going to put on some more music. What song did I not play yet? Okay, here we go. This is Barris and Buju Banton, I Wish, here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Glad it's no doctor's case. Must get my
magic, you were gone. Come back. Oh, honey, you're gone. It brings sorrow to me heart and sadness to me face. Trembling from me, it go down straight to the waist. The way you mash up me heart and mash up me pace and step in a hurry and move in a haste. So much things to say, I want to tell it to your face, but I can't find the words to fit the perfect space. Just a little more time, couldn't stay in on me world. I want you brighten up me life, make it glisten like pearl. Little more time, woman, stay in on me world. I want you brighten up me life, make it glisten like. Cause she's a nice and decent, well brought up girl. Be the pillow to my castle, the mistress to my world. Brighten up my life, I am no shy, shy girl. What's a little more time, couldn't stay in on me world. I want you brighten up me life, make it glisten like pearl. Little more time, woman, stay in on me world. I want you brighten up me life, make it glisten like. It brings sorrow to me.
Okay, TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com. Doing something a little different tonight, you guys. Something a little different. All of the international talkers, you guys are loving the music. You didn't know all of the crazy things that were happening in the United States, and all the mental health stuff is new for you. Like I said, if you guys need resources, mental health is a global issue. Like I said, so if you want to reach out to us on the website www.tawkradio.com, go to the contact us form, say help in the subject line. Also 347-450-3958, 347-450-3958 is a 24/7 hotline number. You can text and leave voicemails, and if you need help with housing, law, whatever you need help with, you know, we have resources that can help you. And if we don't, we'll direct you to someone that can, right? We want to help you guys here in this global community. Glad you guys are enjoying the music. Shout out to all of the record labels. Shout out to all of the independent artists. Tonight was not so much about you guys as it is about getting this word out, getting this conscious vibe, but raising our vibrations, doing things that need to be done, and having conversations that are not being had that need to. Now, this next one, damn it, let's get animated. And then I'll stop my festivity for the night. We'll play some music and vibe out and have a good time. So, look at. There was another shooting on October 22nd. Was it October 22nd? Nope. Was it October 20th? Sorry, October 20th, 2020. 10/20/20. Wow. So, Mr. Marcellus Stinnett and Tafara Williams. So Mr. Marcellus Stinnett was killed by police in a part of Illinois that I can't pronounce, so I will not butcher it. And his girlfriend, Tafara Williams, was shot at. So apparently what I'm gathering from this story, because I'm seeing snippets all over the place, and I'll be honest, my focus is a bit off at the moment. So they were sitting in a car in a suburb of Illinois, Miss Williams and her boyfriend, in a car in a neighborhood I'm assuming the police believe that they should not be in. A police officer approached the car. Oh, shout out to Udenic Media. Shout out to Udenic Media and Mr. Chin. Hello. All right. So now, help me out with this, because I'm talking about this situation with Mr. Marcellus Stinnett and Tafara Williams. Right. So my understanding is they were sitting in a car in a suburb of Illinois, and a police officer approached the car and was asking them some questions. They got very uncomfortable, and it's unfortunate that our immediate response as Black people is that we feel so uncomfortable when a police officer approaches a car. And I'm going to tell you guys something that happened to me as well. I'm going to share that. I wasn't going to, but I decided I'm going to after this segment here. So they approached the car, and they're questioning them about something back and forth, making them very uncomfortable. And she's like, well, you know, why are you talking to us? You know, what's going on? This and this and this. She's pleading with them, look, we don't want to die. You know, what do you want from us? This and this and this. And so at some point, the police officer starts to shoot into the goddamn car. Now, he doesn't turn on his body cam until after this happens. It goes on afterwards. So they tear out of there. Obviously, somebody's shooting into a car. You leave. They leave and they go off to where they're going. I guess the car is swerving. They crash into a building, I believe. And another police officer comes up on them. And, you know, he's doing his due diligence, runs up to the car. Hey, you guys are shot. You know, who shot you or whatever. And they're saying, you know, the cop back this. He goes back, who shot them? The cop answers and says, you know, I did it. He's like, what? What's going on? And I remember seeing a clip, and I can't find it. This is the one I wanted, where she was saying that, you know, she's pleading with the cop, please don't kill us, don't kill us. We got a baby at home, a 7-month baby at home. Please don't kill us. They're ordering them to come out of the car. Obviously, they can't get out the car because they've been shot. Right? You pumped how many shots into the fucking car? They get hit and you're telling them to come out of the car. You're ordering them out of the car. But the whole time you're doing this bullshit, your camera's not on. Right? So then they drag her boyfriend out of the car. She says they put a blanket over him. He was still breathing. No one checked his pulse again. And I find that very telling in both of the stories I'm talking about tonight. First responders, cops are first responders. Even if they're the ones committing the fucking crime, they're first responders, but they're not checking the pulse of these people. What's going on with them. It's almost as though they don't care. So now she's there. He's on the ground with a blanket over him. She's pleading, please don't kill us. We got baby and all this other stuff. The gentleman unfortunately ends up dying. She got shot in her hand and I believe in her stomach. And they have a 7-month-old baby. And so this is where it gets to a point of vexation, beyond vexation, right? When the fuck did it come to a time in this country where we have to start, it becomes a regular occurrence that we have got to plead for our lives in situations? When did that become a thing? When did that become a thing? And I said this before and I'll say it again. It was one point I was disillusioned. I thought I was safe. I foolishly thought I was safe. I kept saying to myself, it's so unfortunate that so many black guys are encountering these situations. I can't even imagine. And all I kept thinking to myself privately, and I'm going to say this publicly because I'm unafraid, unapologetic about this. But foolishly, I thought to myself, God, that's so fucked up for my black men. But damn, thank God I'm a woman. It's not going to happen to me. They don't bother the women. And then Sandra Bland happened. And then it happened with Miss Sandra Bland. And I said, my God, we're not safe either. We're not safe either. But I thought I was. I thought I had breasts. I got a vagina. I speak well. I keep out of trouble. I'm safe too. They're not going to bother me. It's just the guys. But I can pray for them and I can love on them and it's going to be okay because they're only messing with the men. But it's not just the men. We've got a target on our backs. We've got a bullseye on our foreheads. It is open season on us. They treat us like fucking cartoon characters. Like we used to watch Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck shooting at each other. Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. But it's always black season. When did that become a thing? When did we become the hunted? When did we fall from grace? When did we allow ourselves to fall from grace? When did this devaluation of the black person begin? We were kings and queens before they slapped us on those fucking ships for trinkets. And now we're just targets. We are envied flesh, is what we are. I venture to say, I'm going to start some arguments right now, that a lot of this is not even a racist thing. It's a jealousy thing. I said jealousy. I'm not minimizing what happens. I'm simply saying that how much money is spent in these multi-billion-dollar industries for these people that target us, to be us, to look like us, these fucking culture vultures that will take everything we have, including our lives, our culture, our music, the fullness and beauty of our lips, our hips, our asses. But unless we're doing something directly to benefit them, all we are is carcasses. We are distractions. We are problems. We are unresolved issues that they have so that bullets can solve them. I'm going to start some arguments tonight, you guys. Let's talk about this. When does this stop? And this awakening that we have, we're all woke now. What are we doing with this woken energy? What are we doing? Protesting is cool, right? But when you're hurting each other, how far is that getting you? So here's my call to action as I'm talking about this. Here's my call to action, unapologetic tonight. I want you guys to raise your vibrations. I want you guys to invite God in your circle. You tried all this other shit already. It's a pandemic. What you tried? When it started, I'm vexed, I'm angry. You spent your stimulus checks. You didn't sniff what's going on in your house. You've gone to underground parties. You've gone to vacation. You've rebelled and not put on your mask. You've done all kinds of things. How many of you have decided to invite God into your circle, however that looks for you? Colin Kaepernick had it right to a certain degree, but he was only on one knee. I challenge you guys to put down 2 knees and cry out to God and let him shift the ground. The politicians don't want to do it. The Luton's not getting it done, right? I challenge you guys to this. Here's what I'm challenging you to do. They've got all kinds of TikTok challenges and this and that. I challenge my talkers to raise the vibration of what's going on around you. I want you to bring up the people around you to the level where you are. Not to come down. No more devaluing yourself. No more pretending that you're someone that you're not. No more lowering your intellect to fit in with other people. Fuck that. We're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to raise our vibrations before we raise our guns. That's what we're going to do. Right? I want you guys to go out in your communities. Every time it crosses your mind, anytime you're on YouTube, I want you to Google a conscious song, or I want you to Google a gospel song, and I want you to ride around your neighborhood and play it. Especially you guys with the dope ass systems in your car, play this music out your fucking windows. Blast it in your cars. Walk around humming it in your spirit. Watch you see what changes around you. We're not afraid of these conversations anymore. Stop hiding the fact that you love God. Every morning that you get up and you say it in silence. Oh, thank God for waking up. Or you pray over your food, but it's silent. And when you go outside in public and sit in these restaurants, you can't pray. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. The only people that would be embarrassed by these actions is those who have lower vibrations, those who are walking in the wrong side, those who are not enlightened. Those demons around you will run from you. They will flee from you when you raise your vibration. We're going to talk about this tonight. I'm not afraid anymore of these conversations. Raise your vibrations up. I challenge my talkers to go and put some blessings in the atmosphere. It doesn't matter if the churches are closed. It doesn't matter whose collection plate you're not putting into. Sow into yourself, your family, and your community. I challenge you guys to do this. I challenge you guys to do this. Let me start seeing some TikTok challenges about that. Start posting some shit on my timeline about that. Show me a selfie of you guys riding around, getting these blessings out in the atmosphere. Let me see that. Let's start a movement of that. Why is it that people are ashamed when it comes to that? You don't have to be. No longer. God says, stand up. Stand up. Call on me and I will come. Right? You watch all these superhero movies. What bigger superhero do we have than that? You guys only seem to know God when you're on your deathbed or someone is sick or you're having sex. It's, oh God, do you not know him with your clothes on before you need him? Let's start some arguments tonight, man. Let's start some arguments tonight, man. Let's start some arguments tonight. This is Talk Radio. This is Talk Radios. Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays. A little different tonight. I'm in my feelings tonight, you guys. I'm in my feelings. Inside the mind of Cypher Kai. There's a lot of rooms in this mansion. There's a lot of rooms in this mansion. And like I said, those of you, my light workers who are gifted, my empaths, my clairaudience, my clairvoyance, those of you who know where energies are, I need you guys to go get grounded. If you feel like something's off with your spirit, if you're feeling like you're tired all of a sudden as of lately, there's probably a spiritual beating that's going on. Let's talk about these things. 2020. This didn't happen in 2019. This didn't happen in 2021. This happened in 2020. Perfect fucking vision. I need you guys to get tunnel vision. Focus on what you need to focus on. You've been trying everything else. You've tried everything else. Escapism. You're smoking weed. You're drinking. You're having careless sex. You're doing all kinds of things. Try God. Try God. In whatever form that looks like for you. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel pressured. You don't know how to read the Bible. I don't. I'm not a Bible banger by no means. Do I read my Bible and meditate in the morning? I do. I read the Psalms. I start there. I have a Bible app on my phone. They give me a little piece of scripture, quick and concise, 10 minutes. Not overwhelming. And when I feel inclined to let something wash over my spirit, I play some conscious music like I'm playing tonight. I pull up some Tasha Cobb. I pull up some of the more hip-hoppy type songs and I let it wash over my spirit. Those of you who have access to go to the ocean, go to the beach. Take a sea bath, wash off, meditate. Cleanliness is godliness. Clean your space, declutter your house. I told you guys months ago the second set of lockdown was coming. It's coming. And you guys thought, oh, she's just saying that. No conspiracy. It was all there. They said it. It was all there. They need this to happen. They need the chaos and calamity to happen. How else can they implement the shit they're going to put in place? This nasty vaccine that's killing people. These digital currencies are going to make it seem like it's so cool and so hip. Oh, I can microchip my finger and wave it over something to pay for something. How lazy are you? You can't go on your wallet and swipe your credit card. You're going to let them put something in you on purpose. Look I'm about to be a broke bitch because I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not doing any of it. I'm not taking any vaccines. I'm not putting any chips in my body. And if I can't buy shit, guess what? I'm going to waste away and go meet God sooner than I thought. But I'm not doing any of that shit. None of it. I'll have none of it. And whoever is in the government listening, fuck them. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it. I heard them say in certain states you won't be able to fly. You can't buy grocery. You can't buy this, that, that if you don't have this junk in your body. But the Jewish people, they can say, look, it's my religion. I'm not doing it. They don't take flu shots. They don't take immunizations, nothing. So why are you guys going to line up like sheep for them to use it as an experiment? Do you guys actually believe that Donald Trump took that fucking mix of nonsense they said he took? Really? I spoke about that on the show already too. Do you guys really believe this 74-year-old white man who's got the most stressful job in the whole fucking world, they use him as a guinea pig and pumped his body full of 3 different cocktails that they don't know how it works? Come on, man. Come on, man. Where's the deed to the Brooklyn Bridge? I don't believe that shit for 1 second. And oddly enough, it's not, he didn't take the ones that's allegedly killing people. Oh no. He just happened to take the cocktail of the ones he was already invested in before he got into office and made money from in 2017 as he sat in office. But he's not locked up for that. Let's start some arguments, man. Let's start some arguments, man. Freaky Fridays on TalkRadio.com with your hostess Cypher Kai. Let's get into some more of this music. This is I Wayne Living in Love here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
I love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood. Enough neglect the farming, scarring in the mud. Yet they wanna be the first to reap the food as it bud. Oh, them fill the earth with peace and church and whorehouse. Love the rum bar, yet them eat the pure house. Them take the microchip and over rat up pour out. Less food, more shout and more mouth. Oh, Rasta tell them all the while. Stop war and go till the soil. Stop fighting for land and oil. Feed the coil, so many go defile. Slave master spit in on them face, them take that with a smile. The banks of the Nile, so my land so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. People acting vile, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Oh, soul I see, don't let it bust her. Them said them think they take too long to grow and start to cuss her. I couldn't trust them when those are so I trust her. Such is life, them say I just heard. I take Kasha Heights, what them call the squatter land. Some say fi government, some say fi matter land. Still no one share, although them got a lot of land. Them want fi done a gun range and shatter land. Rasta tell them all the while, stop war and go till the side. Stop fighting for land and all. Feed the coil, so many go defile. Slave master spit in on them face, them take that with a smile. The banks of the Nile, so my land so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Politician not talk, certain thing them not mention. Say a drugs and gun, the people tax money spent on. Come with plastic smile and them wicked intention in your hand. I with them
TAWK Radio.
Gun model, seeking attention. See them know you're dead and that is no redemption. Parents I wonder where to get the first centrum. To bury the dead, them not even got pension. Rasta tell them all the while, stop war and go till the side. Stop fighting for land and all. Feed the coil, so many go defile. Slave master spitting on them face, them take that with a smile. The bones of the Nile, so my land so fertile. Acres more than a zillion mile. The people acting vile, pick up cannibal style. One devour mama, papa and child. Love to see my people living in love. I hate to see them fighting and swimming in blood.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky fucking Fridays. Yo, you guys, look it. I'm so look it. I'm so moved right now. Listen, first of all, I started the show off by saying that it's going to be a different movement tonight, and you guys are showing the fuck out. Like, I love how you love talk radio, but I got a super special shout out to give tonight, and they weren't on, they're traveling. They weren't on to hear the shout out I gave earlier. I want to take these few moments, I want to shout out Udenic Media, Global Films, Mr. Chin. I shouted you out earlier, and I made a public plea. I was hoping you'd go back in the archive and hear, but I'm shameless, and I'm going to do it again right now. But so before I do that, I want to say that I'm getting some great information behind the scenes, and let me correct a few things. So in the story, if you guys look it up online, the lion-ass cop was saying, he said that the gentleman that got killed, Mr. Marcellus Sinnett, had a warrant. There was no warrant. There was no fucking warrant. I'm getting that on good authority right now behind the scenes. There was no warrant. I want to shout out to Cortez of the System, who's listening to the show right now. The young lady, Mr. Farrell Williams, asked the cop, like, why did you shoot us? They covered him with a blanket, as I mentioned, and did not render any aid. So shout out to Cortez and Anthony, who are tuned in right now from the System. The way you pronounce the place that it happened is Waukegan, Illinois. Thank you for that, by the way. And there's a bunch of young people that'll be going out and supporting the family and making their voices known. Now, let me say this. Mr. Chin, Mr. Udenic Media, Global Films, I made a pitch to you guys earlier, but I have no shame, and I'll do it again right now. I would like to do a segment on the show in partnership with somebody that's listening to the show right now for what I'm going to call Cameraman Chronicles. I overly appreciate the fact that you guys put yourself and your craft in the line of fire to capture these moments, to capture what's happening, but nobody ever gets a chance to talk to you guys about how you feel. What's your thought process? I know you go and you do it for the passion of it. I know you do it because it's a job, but I know you guys have feelings about what you're seeing. You get connected to certain things. You have emotions about certain things. Certain things affect you differently. I know you guys are all different genres and races and age ranges and stuff. And so I would like to make a public plea to have you guys sit with me, talk with me whenever you see fit, and tell me about the Cameraman Chronicles, what you guys experience from behind the lens as you are capturing these moments across the country and across the globe in what's going on. And not just with the controversial things, but even when you're doing these, these fantastic projects, these movie projects you guys do and things like that, I just don't think you guys get enough respect and enough love and enough of a voice in what you're doing. Your voice plays out on the screen for all of us, but I would love to have some conversations with you guys about what it is you do and what your feeling is when you're going into these dangerous places, when you're doing these things, when you're capturing these things. What's your thoughts on those things? So I am making that plea right now, and I appreciate you guys immensely, all the men and the women that work on these projects, that go out and do these recordings and get this information to us in this technological age, that you can get a unique perspective on what's going on. So I appreciate you. Udenic Media, you're amazing. I've been saying that to you for a very long time. I've been a fan before you had a fan base. Damn it. I'm unapologetic about that. Right? Okay. So this is the part of the show where we get to just kind of vibe out and wind down. I think I got all my vexation off of me, my pistivity off of me. It was a long show, but it's good because you guys are here and you're engaging and you're liking what you're hearing and what's going on. And so I believe I got a few more culture songs queued up here this evening. What I got in here? I feel like a DJ tonight, you guys. What? Let's see. That's going to be the ending song. But yes, I want you guys to step up. You guys are loving this call to action. You're going to do it, aren't you? I know you're going to do it. You guys send me some video. Oh, I also wanted to say, I don't know how to do this. I got to get my text or somebody to do it. There was a video sent to me. So as we were talking earlier about the young man that got killed in Pennsylvania. There was another video sent to me. I don't know what state that was in and what date that occurred, but someone sent me a video of a man, a white man, bigger guy, also with a knife in his hand. He was in a public parking lot, menacing, threatening people with this knife, threatening the police officer that was there. A female cop was there by herself. He backed her down till she was walking around her car, I think twice, 2 full circles around her car, asking him repeatedly, put the knife down, as he's coming towards her, very menacing, threatening to cut her throat and all kinds of shit. And she did not fucking shoot him. And when the other cops came on the fucking scene, they hit him with the, lay down on the ground, spread your hands out, and fucking arrested him. Really? But they give this boy 14 shots in front of his mother and killed him. Look it, man. Look. Like I said, I don't know at what point we went from kings and queens to targets and memes, but we need to do something different. Change the frequency. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to start telling God exactly what I'd like, and not in a spiteful way, right? I'm just going to ask him to walk with me, order my steps, tell me where he needs to go, what he needs me to get out there, raise that frequency, change that vibration. Everybody around me needs to be vibrating on a certain level, or they can't even come near me. That's my prayer. If you're about negativity, you're not vibrating like I'm vibrating, stay back. I'm like a tuning fork right now, right? Perfect pitch. If you're not vibrating with me, if you're not making beautiful music with me, I don't need you around me. I really don't. And you guys need to start making time for low vibrational situations and people. Honestly, it's draining. There's a lot of energy vampires in your circle that you probably don't even notice. Start to pay attention. Let your body tell you what you need to do. You ever have people call you on the phone and they're talking to you and you are all pumped up to go do something, and as you're talking to them, your brain starts to hurt, you start to get all foggy, you can't focus, and you start to feel tired for no reason? Those are energy vampires. These are people that call you just to suck on your energy or to hear how fucked up your situation is to make themselves feel better. Get those people out of your circle. Get thee behind you, Satan. Throw some holy water on them virtually and get them the fuck away from you. Honestly, get the energy vampires away from you. I'm challenging you guys to raise your vibrations. All right, this one is Baby Sham and Alicia Keys' Ghetto Story here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Here's my ghetto story. Been to hell through the fire, gonna take it higher. Here's my survival story. So many reasons to sing now. Now we got the keys to the kingdom.
I remember those days when hell was my home, when me and mama bed was a big piece of foam, and me never like bathe and my ear never comb. When mama gonna work, me go street or roam. I remember when Danny them get me snow cone and make him lick a bread of them kick up Jerome. I remember when we visit them with pure big stone, and the boy Danny pop out something we're full of crown. Get him knee blown, and my best friend Richie get doing I'm down. I remember Sunday Avenue turning a war zone, and Mikey mother fly him out cause she get alone. Mikey got too far in and got on Al Capone. Make one leap of money and send me no I won't know how we all out the city, and that is well known. Yesterday Mikey called me on my phone. Me say Mikey, we get the thing them out a look now. We squeeze 7 and the whole of them I don't know. Me a bully for extra cause we not broke now.
We got the kingdom, so they have to make way. We take it from the bottom to the top, baby. And now the whole community can live greatly. I remember those days when we was dead broken. I could barely find $1 for a token. Hop in the train just to get where I'm going. Popo's after me, I'm running like I'm smoking. Remember those days when I went to bed hungry. All I ever ate was white rice and honey. Big dreams in my head, empty my tummy. Might crack a smile, but ain't nothing funny. I remember playing over needles in the streets. Everywhere I go, a man wants some part of me. Dirty, those hookers and hoes on 11th Avenue, selling bodies for dope. Remember crying, saying that will never be me. Gonna wanna make it someday. Gotta be somebody. Say, mommy, don't worry, it's just you and me. But one day we will get out of this misery.
Hey, we got the kingdom, them out a lot now. Me squeeze 7 and the whole of them I don't know. We have a leap of extra, cause we not broke now. Hey.
We got the kingdom, so they have to make way. We take it from the bottom to the top, baby. And now the whole community can live greatly. Here's my ghetto story. We've been to hell through the fire. Now we're gonna take it higher. Here's my survival story. So many reasons to sing them, 'cause now we got the keys to the kingdom.
Jamaica gets screwed through greed and glutton. Politics manipulate and press youth's button. But we're rich now, so them can't tell man nothing. Cause we are make mama yam fish and mutton. Hey, over there so make me tell you no something. Show me they are foreign now a guy kill me cousin. I'm here said he did that but him said him wasn't. Anytime me fly down him I get more dozen. Cause we got the thing them out a lot now. We squeeze 7 and the whole of them I don't know. Me a bully for extra cause we not broke now.
We got the kingdom, so they have to make way. We take it from the bottom to the top, baby. And now the whole community can live greatly.
I remember those days when hell was my home. When me and mama bed was a big piece of foam. And me never like bathe and my ear never come. When mama gonna work me, go street go roam. I remember when Danny them take my snow cone and make him lick a bread of them, kick up Jerome. I remember when we visit them with pure big stone. And the boy Danny pop out something we're full chrome. I remember when we run, Papa getting me blown. And my best friend Richie get doing I'm down. I remember Sunday Avenue turning a war zone. And Mikey mother fly mode, cause she get alone. But Mikey got too foreign and got on Al Capone. Make one leap of money and send me no one. Now we all love the city and that is well known. Yesterday Mikey called me on my phone. Me say, Mikey!
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fucking Fridays. You guys got a lot of opinions tonight. So someone says, you're missing the point. Back in 60s and 70s when Feds started sending Klansmen to jail, they decided to go underground and become cops, judges and politicians. So lots of killers are not cops who happens to be racist. They are racist posing as cops. There's a big difference. Okay. Shout out to Texas is turning up tonight, goddammit. You guys got a lot of opinions here tonight on Talk Radio. I love it when you guys are interactive. What are you sending me over here? So many things. So this is, like I said, this is the part of the show where we get to vibe out and play some music. You guys are loving what's going on. So I got some old school reggae that I pulled. And I don't remember what the hell I was playing. But you know what? We're going to have some fun. I'm going to play like maybe 5 more songs to wind this down. I'll jump around all over the place. This is Buju Banton. Buju Banton and Wayne Wonder. I don't know why. Here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
You know that I'm rich, come on, it's no objective. But from this good loving, we have it in stock. Oh yes.
You may not be
a movie star, you may not drive a big fast car, but I love you in every way. I love you in every way.
Every way you can think of.
I don't know why.
I'll tell you.
I don't know why.
Drive a fast car, come me now go left you out, cause we a come from far. You remember when me only have one arrow shirt and you muggle with me in a your tight up skirt. As long as me there from Mars and God the earth, me now forget where me a come from. Me now go dish your dirt.
I'll keep on loving you
always.
I don't know why. Oh, why? I don't know why.
Personality, there is no other like it. But you get a fee. Woman, I'm telling you, I love you endlessly. Me now go pay them the mind, me now go hear what them a say. Donkey ears now since me and you dead.
But I don't care about the views. I'll keep on loving you. I don't know why.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, why?
This is a champion try.
I don't know why.
Yeah, why?
Oh, why?
I say you may not be waiting a drive a fast car, but me not go left you out 'cause we a come from far. You remember when me only have me one arrow shirt and you a muggle with me in a your tight up skirt. As long as the DJ dey on the earth, me not go left you out. You know me not go dish a dirt.
I love you in every way.
It's like crazy on the back of a show.
Oh, why? I don't know why.
I tell you why. You know why?
CAWK Radio.
Done your love like a big slap of fish. The way you look, the way you dress, make your heart feel resist. Your personality, there's no other like it. Hold your band and telling the world say you're Chris. A woman like you is one in a million. Want you in my hands 24/7. How to get jealous if me say your next man. Want trespass for me plantation. I mean alone fi have you, I know other one. You're the greatest woman in the island. Greater than Ruby, greater than Pearl. Prettiest woman to me in the world. Big up your chest, you hear me, your girl. You may not be ready, I drive a fast car, but me nah left you, we a come from far. Remember when you
TAWK Radio's Freaky Fucking Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai on the ones and twos tonight. We were having just a grown-up conversation tonight, you guys. I'm so happy that you guys decided to hang out with me. Don't know how many of you are here at the moment, but I'll check at the end of the show. Gonna play 4 more songs, I believe, as we wind down the evening. This one, God, I love this song so much. Like I said, we're gonna protest via music tonight. We're gonna protest through music. We're gonna keep it non-violent. We're not breaking anything. We're just getting the vibes out, raising the vibrations and having a good time. This one is called Road to Zion by Damian Marley and Nas here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
World of calamity, dirty looks and grudges and jealousy, and police where you abuse them authority. Me the clowns when I know about variety. Boom, the youngest veteran I go murder them slow. Ragamuffin sent to call me from the bush bungalow. When I watch it make a clear out, my voice now figure out. Emerge from the darkness with me big blood to glow. Me hammer them as slam and spectate and get low. Some boy could have that big like
Happy birthday, Ben.
bust trigger finger, trigger hand and trigger toe. A 2 gun me up, me bust them in a stereo. Cause I got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man. Hey, we got to keep it burning on the road to Zion, man. Clean and pure meditation without a doubt. Don't make them take you like who them took out. Jah will be waiting there, we a shout. Jah will be waiting there. Clean and pure meditation without a doubt. Don't make them take you like who them took out. Jah will be waiting there, we a shout. Jah will be waiting there. You got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man.
been waiting to do this track with you, man. Yeah. Haha. Yeah.
You know,
They know.
you got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man.
You gotta keep walking, y'all. Yeah, you gotta keep. Sometimes I can't help but feel helpless. I'm having daymares and daytime, wide awake, try to relate. This can't be happening like I'm in a dream while I'm walking. Cause what I'm seeing is haunting. Human beings like ghosts and zombies. President Mugabe holding guns to innocent bodies in Zimbabwe. They make John Pope seem godly, sacrilegious and blasphemous. In my lifetime, I look back at paths I walked where
hear savages fought, pastors talk, prostitutes stomping high heel boots, and badgers scream at young black children. Stop or I will shoot. I look back and cook crack, plus cars that pass by. Jaguars, mad fly, and I'm guilty for materialism. Blacks are still up in the prison, trust that. So save me your sorries. I'm raising an army, revolutionary warfare with Damian Marley. We sparking the irons, marching the Zion. You know how Nas be, NYC state of mind.
In this world of calamity, dirty looks and grudges and jealousy, and police where abuse them authority. Me the clowns when I know about variety. Single parents when need some charity. Youths when need some love and prosperity. Instead of broken dreams and tragedy, by any plan and any means and strategy. Say, I got to keep on walking on the road to Zion. Hey, we got to keep it burning on the road to Zion. And your meditation without a doubt. Don't let them take you like who them to go. Jah will be waiting there, we are shout. Jah will be waiting there. Clean and pure meditation without a doubt. Don't let them take you like who them took out. Jah will be waiting there, we are shout. Jah will be waiting there. In this world of calamity, dirty looks and grudges and jealousy, and police where abuse them authority. Media clowns when I know about variety. Single parents when need some charity. Youths when need some love and prosperity. Instead of broken dreams and tragedy, by any plan and any means and strategy. Instead of broken dreams and tragedy, youths when need some love and prosperity. Instead of broken dreams and tragedy, by any plan and any means and any strategy. Hey, say, you got to keep on walking on the road to Zion, man.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio. God, I love that song so much. Road to Zion. That's so deep. That's so deep. Damian Marley and Nas. Road to Zion on the Freaky Fridays. All right, I think 3 more songs. Now into the slackness a little bit. These songs I pulled for the shit of it. The last one I'm going to play though, the Exclude for the evening. Well, you know what? Yeah, I might do a replay of one of the songs I did earlier. Anyway, these are just for fun. These are for shits and giggles. When I was pulling music, I used to really love these songs. And so I just pulled them because I felt like hearing them tonight. So that's the vibe I'm in. I am doing a musical protest, you guys. So if you are sitting around enjoying your drinks and or meditating on some marijuana, I said marijuana. I did marijuana because I know some of you are indulging because you told me that you are. So this one is for you, to all of my smokers, all of my CBD burners, my herbalists that are tuned into the show right now. This is Collie Buds, Come Around, here on Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Oh, that's a sweet, sweet scent, you know. Yeah, I. So what? Yo. Finally the herbs come around. The high grade when me a look for, me get it by the pound, yeah. Sweet sensei a come around. Me a take a little jar and pass it around. So finally the herbs come around. The high grade when me a look for, me by the pound, yeah. When Babylon a come around, ask them where them a go search for. Ever since the herbs slow down, police and road boy them in a showdown. Them a search round the compound. You know a man and a weed clown. Find a little piece of land and applaud me home ground. So tell the youth them not fit set pill. Too much crack and cocaine I make the world a feel ill, you know. Enough ganja, enough spliff a bill. Only thing where you make man feel still. When me say finally the herbs come around. The high grade when me a look for, me get it by the pound, yeah. When Calibud come around, a pure ganja man tune, just a lick from the sound, yeah. Finally the herbs come around. The high grade when man a look for, me stock it by the pound, yeah. When Babylon a come around, ask them where them a go search for. There's nothing like this sweet, sweet sensei. The first time me take a job was in elementary. Reach high school, get the herb it plenty. Like scare them dope, this watch I want not lanky, yeah. Mr. Spock's never empty. The $50 bag we call that half century. Me stop me
documentary. Burn me man, I call that film for 20 years. When me say, finally the herbs come around. The high grade when me a look for, me get it by the pound, yeah. Sweet sensei a come around. Me a take a little jar and pass it around. So finally the herbs come around. The high grade when man a look for, me stock it by the pound, yeah. When Babylon a come around, ask them where them a go search for. Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, no. Yo, when them a go realize good works man a advertise. When them a go legalize, the farmer man a beg a legal life. When them a go realize, government them a terrorize, cooperation them a capitalize, while the farmer man a beg a legal life. Yo, finally the herbs come around. The high grade when me a look for, me get it by the pound, yeah. When Calibut come around, a pure ganja man tune, just a lick from the sound, yeah. Finally the herbs come around. The high grade when man a look for, me stock it by the pound, yeah. When Babylon a come around, ask them where them a go search for. Yeah.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays. We're going to wind it down, you guys. I think 3 or 4 more tunes before we finish. Like I said, these ones I pulled, I just felt like listening to them because I just remember having good vibes with these songs. I'm trying to see which one I want to play in which order. Let's see. All right. Now look, all of the ladies and the gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, the next lockdown is coming. If you have not learned how to cook, I need you guys to go over to the Cooklyn channels on YouTube. The Cooklyn channel. TheCooklyn channel. Yes, and go and subscribe and tell them at Talk Radio sent you and learn how to cook some things. But for all of you who did not take this time in this pandemic, in the first lockdown, to shift your surroundings and learn to do certain things that you took for granted before, that's on you. But Mr. Lexus back in the day said, cook! Learn how to cook on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Well, then, see a girl a ball, you know, say kick her out. How should do my youth?
You tell us on a stage. Girl, better can't cook. Think you know you pay your pretty look. You want to live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book. One in the kitchen cause you and them no look. You better cook. Think you know you pay your pretty looks. You want to live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book. One in the kitchen cause you and them no look. Sunday morning you lay down in a bed for you boil 2 banana, steam 2 fish head. You mad? But you want sausage and egg. Big man no wanna bully beef and bread. First thing, make me get the fingernail clip. Stick. Tall fingernail take a chip. Me know say you can't peel banana with it. What's dumpling? You better care cook. Think you there you feel your pretty look. You want live a restaurant and come done man back book. Cook, recipe book. One in the kitchen cause you and them no look. Cook, think you there you feel your pretty look. You want live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book. One in the kitchen cause you and them no look. Have some girl way past them teen. Big fatty but lip and sardine. Can't even cook some comfort and bean, but them ready. Biggie never knows ice cream, Chevrine. How smell so green. I must say some last week food you was steam. I mean, I couldn't the cabbage smell so mean. It's a big stone of freak with that gene. You better can't cook. Think you're there for your pretty looks you want.
TAWK Radio.
Recipe book. One in the kitchen cause your hand them no look. Cook. Think you're there for your cute look. A lobster you want lobster me bank book. Cook. Recipe book. Recipe book. You look a slapper. All you a think about a combo and whopper. Big Sunday morning box food no look proper. And she lie, food dry. But she go buy it for papa. Papa ain't my shopper. Them man they know about them sneak fish and caca. Food na linger, curry pan finger. Hey girl, you see you. Y'all better care cook. Think you they have your pretty look you want. Live a restaurant and come done man bang book. Book, recipe book. One in a the kitchen cause you hand them no look you better cook. Think you they have your cute looks you want. Live a restaurant and come done man bang book. Cook, recipe book. Recipe book. Recipe book. Sunday morning you lay down in a bed. For you boil 2 banana, steam 2 fish head. You mad? But you want sausage and egg. Big man no want no bully beef and bread. First thing, make me get the fingernail clip. Stick. Tall fingernail take a chip. Me know say you can't peel banana with it. What's dumpling? You better care cook. Think you they play your pretty look. You want live a restaurant and come done man back book. Cook, recipe book. One in a the kitchen cause you hand them no look. Cook, think you they pay your pretty look. You want live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book. One in a the kitchen cause you hand them no look. Have some gal way past them team.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fucking Fridays. Alright, so you guys, gonna wind it down. I thought I had 2 more slack songs in here. I don't know that I do, but anyway, this next one I'm going to play is because I feel like it. Because I feel like it's kind of vibe them in my Beck station. I make up words here. Beck station here on Freaky Fridays. This is Mad Cobra Press Trigger here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
Lord, me don't want no man tell me nothing. Oh, not chat now. Let them wanna try to take man food. Yo, let me tell you something.
Me press trigger, me no press people button. Nobody chat come face me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Tell I for you so forget the next dozen fool. Press trigger, me no press people button. Nobody chat come face me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Tell I for you so forget the next dozen. Anytime me ready pull a pussy start war. See who know fi spread it out with bandita. See who know fi change lines to play bank ya. Anytime you ready pull anytime start. I not to take no long speech from the guy. Say you a go bust it when you ready you fi try. Where you fi do and make sure you bullseye. I know you miss your all around so I cry. When man a bus come fi sing like a bag. Then a them drop me no still satisfied. Now make no evidence to testify. When them a go do with no tongue and no eye. Press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with some. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next to the phone. Press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with some. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next person. When I was sit down and I watch your man a live. Watch your man a own now who a roll big. Sit down and a plan fi come put man pa fridge. Remember when you dig hole and how you fi dig. Some little boy we all stop deal with. Them say them a friend and them bad mind the frig. Friends them go friend fi a leak the business. Remember when you dig hole and how you fi dig. Really want know what some boy you deal with. Try one thing and the phone that turn big. Me and you and your friend them want know where we live. Remember when you dig hole and how you fi dig. So me press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with some. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Tell up you so forget the next was the phone. Press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Tell up you so forget the next and listen. Who now we say we not keep round me. Who now we say no me friend. Trust me. Man I cut and go too loudly. If you try stop the food, trust me. Talk about the tip on your whole family. After this nobody try friend me. Think about this man I walk scot free. Situation get real dirty. Press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next was a fool. Press trigger me no press people button. Nobody chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next button. Anytime you ready for no pussy start war. See who know fi spread it out more panta. See who know fi change like some plate bank yard. Anytime you ready for anytime start. Man or two in a land speech with the guy. Say you a go bust it when you ready you fi shy. The way you fi do and make sure you bullseye. I know you miss the one around so I cry. Yeah, when man a bus come fi sing lullaby. None of them drop me no still satisfied. I go make no evidence to testify. When them a go do without tongue and no eyes. Press trigger we no press people button. No man a chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next of the phone. Press trigger me no press people button. No man a chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next of press trigger me no press people button. No man a chat confuse me with something. Like how me have 22 in a me something. Then I feel so forget the next of
I don't know where I dress. Sit down. Got bad man a bad man, fool a fool. Sit down. To the end of the law. Sit down, deal with. Yo. Bad
bad man thing. Like a pona was a thing. Like a pona was a thing. Like a New York thing. New York thing. London thing. London thing.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fridays. So someone says, also, as long as cops have qualified immunity, they will keep killing people. The cop who killed George Floyd is still going to collect pension, even if he is convicted of murder and gets a life sentence. What the fuck is up with that? Woo! Tonight was a heavy conversation. If you guys just tuned in or tuned in late, this is a downloadable. This is a go back in the archive and listen to this. This is a share this around. I'm really hoping the sound quality for this was good. If it wasn't, for some reason, I'll go back into the archives. I will download it. I'll try to get someone to clean it up sound wise, and I will repost it. But I hope you guys were enjoying yourselves with this episode this evening. I don't want to go. I know you guys are telling me don't come off. I can't be on here all night, you greedy bastards. It's been almost 3 hours. I don't think I've ever done a 3-hour show with you guys. I'm supposed to at some point. But I don't think I ever have. I'm so glad you guys were enjoying the vibes and enjoying what's going on and having a good time with this unscripted, uncensored, unapologetic conversation we're having tonight on Talk Radio, because it's necessary. It really is. So in the vein of me telling you guys to raise your vibrations, to call out to God, to ask him to intervene and intercede and move on your behalf, to order your steps unapologetically, no more hiding when you're praying. Right? You don't have to pray out loud. You don't have to be audible. You don't want the enemy catching your words in the air, but you need to be vigilant and stay on it. I'm guilty of it. I'm speaking to you guys. I'm speaking to myself as well. I'm not self-righteous. I'm not perfect by any means. And sometimes I fall short of the grace, but I know there's a calling on my life. I know there's a reason for this platform. And when God decides to have me shift from what I'm doing and do something else as it pertains to this platform, I'll do it. And if I lose some talkers, that's fine. If I gain some new ones, that's fine as well. But I will always be obedient. No matter what you guys think, my journey is my journey, and I'm very loyal to it. So we're going to end the show this evening with Tingo, right? I want you guys to pay attention to the words of this song, right? If you got any energy vampires around you, if you got any negative energies around you, if you can take a sea bath, do that. Take a regular cleansing, do that. Just keep the negativity at bay. Anyone who doesn't wish you any well will always show themselves, no matter what pretty things they dress up like, no matter what things they say. Their energy will never betray them. They can't keep it. Just pay attention. Sometimes do more listening than talking, right? We got one mouth and 2 ears. We should listen twice as much as we speak, right? So, as we end the show off this evening, this one is from Benetton, aka Jack Frost, Tingo, here on the Freaky Fridays on Talk Radio.
20 great team, Jack Frost. Don't want to name. I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Cut off certain people cause they fake. I saw the Tingo, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Give them rough and hang them, set them drop right through the window. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. If your energy not right, you know me not gonna linger. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Now like come and chat, talk to me, make a finger. Where them a stress for? What are them a vex for? Insecurities make certain people act so extra. In a me Tesla, pull up at the rest stop. Now run out of gas, if so I get some up the next stop. Yeah, certain people we don't pay them no mind. Them do the most to get attention, but we're going like we're blind. Yeah, some the jealousy ruin them lives. So when you step up in a life, your friends circle decline. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Cut off certain people cause they fake. I saw the Tingo, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Give them rough and hang them, set them drop right through the window. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. If your energy not right, you know me not gonna linger. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Now like come and chat, talk to me, make a finger. We all in the same bubble, I fight different struggles with limited time. I try to figure out this puzzle. Imagine you won't work hard at the things I sell, and somebody when I like you will look trouble. So say them I gonna do you something, do I can't trust where you see even salt looks like sugar. I talk about coulda, shoulda, woulda. Online them I chat off just forget viewers. You see, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Cut off certain people cause they fake. I saw the Tingo, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. Give them rough and hang them, set them drop right through the window. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes I saw the Tingo. If your energy not right, you know me not gonna linger. Yeah, I saw the Tingo, yes Yes, I saw the thing, and I like how me chat talk to me, me go finger. Where them a stress for? What are them a vex for? Insecurities make certain people act so extra. In a me Tesla, pull up at the rest stop. Now run out of gas if so I get some up the next stop. Yeah, certain people we don't pay them no mind. Them do the most for get attention, but we're going like we're blind, yeah. Some let jealousy ruin them lives. So when you step up in a life, your friends circle decline, yeah. I saw the tingo, yes, I saw the tingo. Cut off certain people cause they fake, I saw the tingo. I saw the tingo, yes, I saw the tingo. Give them rough and hang them, set them jump right through the window, yeah. I saw the tingo, yes, I saw the tingo. If your energy not right, you know me not gonna linger, yeah. I saw the tingo, yes, I saw the tingo. And I like how me chat talk to me, me go finger. Talk to me, me go finger. Talk to me, me go finger.
TalkRadio.com's Freaky Fucking Fridays with your hostess Cypher Kai. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for indulging me in delving into the mind, the mansion that makes up the mind of Cypher Kai. Let's having these grown-up conversations. We'll be having more of these in the coming weeks, in the coming months. If you guys check out the website, it's a little under construction right now, but it kind of gives you an overview of what we'll be doing. Monday nights, Musical Monday Mondays. Tuesdays, I believe, Talk About It Tuesdays. Wednesdays, Worldwide Wellness Wednesdays, of course. Thursdays is going to be Trump Thursdays, I'm thinking. Whether he wins or not, he's been delightful. He's done so many things as a direct and indirect result of him being in office for the 4 years that he was there. And, of course, Freaky Financial Fridays is coming, where we'll be talking to you guys about money, credit, just a lot of different things to do with money and how money actually works. I don't think a lot of people understand how money actually works. It's not just about you going to work, making a certain amount of money, coming home with it. A lot of you millennials also understand when you get your first jobs and you're planning, okay, I'm getting $15 an hour, I make $600 a week, I can buy this new iPhone in 2 weeks. That's not how that works. Tax comes out, different things, what the taxes are for, what they're supposed to be used for, blah, blah, blah. We'll be having all of those conversations. We want you guys to be very informed and very enlightened because you're divinely connected to Talk Radio. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I will see you guys for our Worldwide Wednesdays musical mix at 6 on Wednesday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, for the Freaky Fridays next week, but we'll be back to the debauchery, don't worry. And if you miss anything tonight, as I mentioned, reload the page. You get off. When I'm done, reload the page, www.tawkradio.com/shows, and you can hear everything from the beginning. See you guys next week.